Good evening. Today is Thursday, May the 22nd, 2025. This is a work session of the School Board of Trustees of the School City of East Chicago. The time now is 6:10. The place is the Administration Building, 1401 East 144th Street, East Chicago, Indiana, 46312. This is also being shown via live stream at www.scec.k12.in.us. This is the meeting of the school board in public for the purpose of conducting the school corporation's business and is not to be considered a public meeting, community meeting. Madam Secretary, roll call, please.
Trustee Gomez.
Present.
Trustee Rodriguez.
Present.
Trustee Taylor.
Present.
Madam President Gibson King.
Present. Now we'll turn it over to our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Bernay.
Good evening, school board. As to start our work session tonight, we have the annual report from the athletic department. I will turn it over to our Director of Athletics, Mr. Grayling Gordon.
I'll hold 1 second. We got it. All right, first of all, thank you for allowing me this time to speak with you and give you an update of what's going on in the district as far as athletics. All right, all of you have received a hard copy of the report, which contains a lot of information. But in the interest of time, I will not go through each slide individually. I'll try to highlight some of the most important points, okay? And see if there are any questions at that point. All right. First thing I want to do is talk about where we started. All right. When I was appointed as the athletic director back in late November 2022, the office was vacant for about 6 months. In about 18 months, they didn't have a permanent athletic director. There was no clear vision, no roadmap. Scheduling was behind. Community support was lagging. Participation and success had been stagnant. One of the priorities outlined in my vision, now one of the things we got is that's our mission and vision statements. Let's go past that. That's the schools. One of the priorities outlined in my vision statement was to articulate an athletics mission and vision statement that aligned with the SCEC mission. I want every student to understand and live by the cardinal way. Now, you may say, what is the cardinal way? The cardinal way is when we do the right things win all the time. We want to excel athletically. We want to excel academically. We want to excel out in the community. My vision statement outlined the 4 pillars of success, okay? Athletic operations, academic success, improving our feeder system, and community engagement. What do we offer right now? Right now we have 21 sports. We are offering 21 sports. We have 8 girls sports, 10 boys, and 3 co-ed, okay? We're going to add 1 sport per year for the next 3 years. The sport that we're going to add in the fall is going to be flag football for girls. Girls flag football. All right, one of the things that we look at is we look at our enrollment history, okay? As you can see, our enrollment history until this year really has been declining. Now this year we have gone up a little bit, but one of the things that has happened is sports has continued to show an increase a little bit other than the boys, believe it or not. Go ahead. Good. One of the tables that's before you is the participation by sport, okay, boys and girls. I will not go through that. That's there for your viewing, okay. What I will say is overall participation across sports is low. It does not allow us to truly field complete teams. And when I say complete teams, I'm talking about freshmen, junior varsity, and in some cases even a varsity. So in order for us to truly be successful, when we talk about our feeder system does include our freshman team. It does include our junior varsity team. I know a lot comes to mind that we look at our feeder system and we thinking that it's only at the elementary and the middle school level. The feeder system continues all the way to the varsity level. We have had quite a few successes. As you all know, our boys basketball won the sectional last year and again this year. Amari Leak won the sectional last year, and he was a regional champ this year, something that hadn't happened in a number of years. Our boys basketball team was a semi-state runner-up, and we have had numerous conference champions as teams and as athletes. When we talk about grade point average, and I know that's near and dear to many of you all hearts, studies have shown us that people who compete in sport and or clubs are likely to do better academically than the non-competitive student. So when we look at ours, when we look at our active Central students, all the students at Central High School, we're on average about a 2.25. And then when we look at all the students who are athletes, we're at a 2.49. All right, if we're going to continue to grow and improve in our athletic program, we must do a better job, okay, in hiring our coaches. It starts with me, of course. It starts with our superintendent and plus our board. Now, one of the things that I would tell you is when we outline our coaches at this level, I have outlined for you if the coach is full-time, meaning when we look at basketball, for example, for the girls. If you look at your slide, you'll see that our girls basketball is a full-time person in our district. Whereas our cross-country coach is an open position that we need to fill. Our softball program, our coach there is a part-time position. They do not work in the district. And we do understand that when our coaches are working in the district, they are closer to our students. They build relationships away from the court and or the field. So we have, I believe, 5 now open positions that we need to fill, but some of the part-time positions, we need to really take a close look at that and see what we can do to bring them into the district. Athletics revenue and fundraising. Now I'm just giving you an overview of where we were and where we are. And when you look at 2025, this is only January through May. And 2025 look a little bit low right now because most of our revenue is going to come in, hopefully through our football program and our basketball program. Those are the sports that kind of provide the wheels that carry the athletic program. Facility projects. This is something that Dr. Barney and Ms. Simmons, and I thank her so much for all she do. We go over this weekly. I think me and Ms. Simmons may go over a little more. But Dr. Bornay and I, we talk about things that need improving, where we are. And I have before you, the green is telling you what we're doing. The yellow is what we're close to doing. And the red, we don't have any activity at this point on it. When you look at our elementary programs, okay, we have improved in our athletic program overall by adding 3 athletic supervisors who are doing a great job. By the way, I got some of my staff here anyway. They stand out. Ms. Nunez. And as you can see, they come out. And as you said, Dr. Bornay, we spend a lot of time together, and we really support each other quite well in many of the things that we do. So, Mr. Eskew, Coach Eskew is our athletic supervisor for the elementary. Some of the things that we're doing with our basketball coach, we got our Biddy Ball League. We added our soccer fundamentals and skills camp, okay, that went for 8 sessions. And we had over 100 students participating, over 100 students from the schools. Our middle school, we have Coach Ford Moore. She's not here, but she's doing a great job as an athletic supervisor over there. Our wrestling program is improving. We hope that when we hire our full-time wrestling coach, that program will get even better. Cross country was reintroduced at the middle school level. People say, well, they had cross country. Yeah, but it wasn't active. Yeah, it wasn't active. We expanded the basketball season, all right, and we reintroduced our girls volleyball where we're playing other schools, okay, and Coach Fortmore has done a good job. Plus, we expanded our middle school track program. One of the things you'll see some highlights that we have done, or highlights that we have had, we have our basketball player, as you know, Dominique Murphy, who became the city all-time lead scorer. Our Cardinals advanced to semi-state. Amari Leak, again, was a regional champion. Our Cardinal baseball team, we had the opportunity to go to Iowa and play at the Field of Dreams, okay? Where the movie was actually videotaped.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
And they really enjoyed it. You can see we have pictures of our basketball team being at Logansport, and we also have a picture of Amari standing on the podium as a champion. One of the other things that I put on before you is our future plans, okay, of what's going to happen at the Barado Center. We want you to have a look at that. We're going to have the pavers. We're going to sell bricks as part of our fundraiser. We're looking to get new video board. We will have either a repaired scoreboard or a new one. Hopefully we'll have a new scoreboard for our football program for the fall. These are things that we're working on. Yes, Ms. Simmons? But we will have, at least we'll have a repair one. Okay, let me see. One of the things that we did a survey for all of our students. And we had 204 of our students take the survey at the high school. That's pretty good. We had, that's over 20% of our students that replied. And they told us about some of the things that they'd like to see happen. Some introducing new sports. Some want to improve. They would like to see the student experience improve. And the reason that came to my mind, because I just saw Mr. Murphy walk in, one of the things that we're talking with Mr. Murphy about is we would like to have our band play at every one of our home basketball games
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yes,
and our home football games.
yes, yes.
I know we're getting to the point that we're looking at even having a marching band, so we're,
Yes.
so we're making some improvements there. I think Mr. Murphy is on board. We're gonna come up with ways to make this happen. We will. I told him that we're gonna make it happen, and we will. Let me see. One of the things that I want to say and I want to address to the board, we have dead space around our campus. We don't have a whole lot of space, but we have some dead space. And over there by the fitness center, we have a field over there with some boats. I have talked to our superintendent. I have talked to our CFO, EDBO about this. Them boats been sitting there about 12 or 13 years.
Yes.
And that program has never got going again. We're using Todd Park. We're expanding our programs, okay? And I'm pleading with you, board. We're expanding our program. We can use that space. We can use that space, have our softball. We can have lower levels. We can have more people practicing over there. That space is not being utilized.
For the geese.
Yeah, the geese are, the geese are over there using it. So if we can really take a look at that, allowed us the opportunity to remove those ships or boats or whatever they are that's been there, that's going in the mud back and forth. And we can look at using that space. That field is kind of level. Even if we made it a turf field, we have so many different opportunities for sports to be there. And when we add girls football, guess what? They need somewhere to practice.
That's right.
They need somewhere to.
That's right.
Oh, you clap for that.
That's right.
And girls football here in the fall. So now we're going to be telling our football team, who we're trying to get to improve quite drastically, that now you got to share your field. When girls can have a place where they can go and practice. So please consider that, okay? You know, one of the conferences I went to, and I was telling them about why we're not introducing certain sports at our school. And I said, no, I'm not going to bring it up. I'm not going to suggest it to our superintendent or anything. And the guy looked at me and he said, I understand all your reasons. But he made it clear. He said, remember, it's not up to you. It's what the students want. You are there to serve the students.
Yeah.
And I'm asking you again, okay, we have opportunities where we can help our students grow. Please look into it. Any questions? Y'all not gonna make it that easy, are you?
No, any questions from the board? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I got a question.
Yes. Now, I know it's a lot of information that I gave you all. If you got time to look at it, you can go to the responses. You can see the responses of the students on the last pages.
Yeah, I was going to ask a question about the cross country. I see that they don't, we don't have any students in that, right? We don't have a coach.
We don't have a, that zero
that's
is
because
open
it's-
for a
no,
coach. We need
well-
cross-country coaches.
Okay,
The
And,
people that were coaching cross-country,
yeah.
they're going back to Arizona.
Oh, okay, I got you now. Yeah. So I thought the new sports that you was going to say that's coming, I thought it was going to be pickleball.
We're gonna have pickleball, but it won't be a high school sport. I will talk about our tennis courts, okay? And again, thank you, Ms. Simmons. We were out there just the other day.
Yes.
Actually, we've been out there for the last few days. We got different contractors that's been out there. I think she's ready, or you submitted the bid already. Yeah, we're ready to submit the bid for the paving. The fencing company is in, they're submitted there, so we're about ready to submit that. Now all we would need to do is paint the line. What we're waiting on is we are in sectionals right now for tennis. And as soon as sectionals are done, we are saying that if everything is okay and go through, they're gonna start as early as June, and that's in your paperwork there as well.
Okay, and I got
Direct-
one more. You had a coach that resigned.
We have had,
Coach
Supervisor.
supervisor that resigned.
yes. Coach Cerner, he's still a full-time, Coach Cerner is still a full-time teacher.
Okay, yeah.
He's still
teacher.
working with us through the sectionals, because our sectionals is at Block Stadium, so he's gonna work with us through the sectionals.
Oh, okay.
And that will be an open position, and hopefully that may be something that we can blend in with maybe our new wrestling coach or whoever, because we need to bring some people in full-time if we want to improve their program.
Okay. Any questions?
No, I don't have any questions. I just want to tell you, from the time I've been on this board, the sports, the athletic department was all the way down. I mean, really down. And I'm giving you accolades because you and your coaches are doing a wonderful job. With our students, you brought back the athletic department to a position where it should be. And I know that with you being an athletic director and your coaches, that you would go much, much further and we will succeed in all of our activities that are planned. So I just want to give you kudos for that. You're teaching not only our athletes that the grade point average is very important, but you're also teaching them morals, values. You're teaching them all the things that they don't get that they don't get from home. So, I appreciate that. Mr. Murphy, I appreciate you because now with you and the sports, the football and basketball, that takes us back to old school. That gives us spirit and pride, and it makes our team want to win
Yes.
because we're out there supporting them. And the more when we went to the regionals, the more noise that they made. We didn't make a lot of noise. We should have made a lot of noise just to get them upset. But if you had a band there, you would have just taken them all. We could have just won everything. Just saying. But I'm really, really proud of the Chicago Cardinals. I'm very, very proud, and I'm very proud of your coaches. And I know some people might have a problem with this, but I don't. Because I see the pride in not only just your students, but the pride in our community, and is bringing our community together. And not only is it making our males better products future for future endeavors, but it's also going to help our young ladies. So my hat's off to you, and if there's anything I could possibly do other than coach, I will do whatever I can to make this happen. If I have to serve in the popcorn machine or whatever, the concession stand. But I just want you to know that we're here for you. I'm here for you. I can't speak for everybody else. And then with the young man that shot the basket, what was his name? That we won.
I can't think of his name.
Yes. See how you enticed that gentleman. Wasn't he kind of, I don't want to say, a little bit chubby, right?
He lost 120 pounds.
Okay, so because he wanted to play, right? So that meant you encouraged that young man. You encouraged that young man to strive for something that he wants. And if you can do that for a team, just imagine what you can do with their minds. So that's all I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you, and to respond, thank you so much, and to respond, you all can do a great deal in helping us. We want to bring in the best, the brightest, the most qualified coaches that we can bring in. One of the, couple of the sheets that you have is the coach's salary around here. You'll see Chicago is the lowest of all the schools.
I know.
The lowest of all the schools. And we have probably less full-time coaches than anyone. Okay? So if we're really looking to improve our programs, we need to up our salaries. We need to be where we could be competitive and hire coaches that want to come here, that want to be here, that don't want to come and coach for the season, then we never see them again, okay? And the way that we're going to do that is we got to be able to compensate them. Got to be able to compensate them. And then we got to make them a part of our community. And hopefully they will be. And as you can see on my slide, we are EC, we crank it up, and I love my city.
Mr. Gordon, I have some questions. First of all, I want to talk about tennis courts and the pickleball. I talked to a pickleball coach yesterday. They told me there's a different surface that's required on a pickleball surface. I don't know if you're aware of that, but I can share that with you if you don't have that information.
It probably would be just a coating, from what I understand, asphalt.
Yeah, that's probably not good to have from what he's told me. There should be like a shock, a cushion,
Yes.
if you will. I'll get that to you.
Okay.
But the survey that you had, I know you have some comments in here. Can you share those results with the board, the questions, at some later point in time, not now?
Yes.
The other question I had is, I know you mentioned you had the salaries listed here. Can you also provide a budget per sport? What is our expenditure per sport?
I can provide that. What I can tell you, our athletic program, and most are throughout the state of Indiana, self-supporting. The money that we make, the money that we raise, that's how we support it. Yes, our school district has been kind enough to provide us with the hardware, sometimes uniforms. Yeah, of course, you provide the court, the field, and those things as such, and you pay the salaries of the coach. But sports in Indiana pretty much is self-supporting. And I can tell you, our basketball program, since I've been here, pretty much has been carrying our sports program with our gate receipts and with our fundraising.
Yeah, I would expect that, that in football. Can you also provide, I'd be curious, how many of our athletes are multi-sport athletes?
I have that
Yeah.
information too. It's in there. I don't want to give you a number right off the top of my
Yeah.
head, but it's in your packet.
Okay. And then our GPA requirements, are we meeting is our GPA requirement the same as the state?
Yes, we are. And probably 90, I talked to the state about this because I know this question was brought up once before.
Yes.
And I talked to the state about it, and the state has made it clear that we would actually, if we tried to raise ours to a certain level, we would go against the norm. And that, regardless of school, whether it's private or public, okay, 90+%, over 90% follow state guidelines.
And what is that GPA?
You have to pass 70% of your classes. So for us, you must pass 5 classes, okay? And from there, as a district, you go there, but the state doesn't give you a direct number.
They must pass 5 classes, you said?
5 out of 7. Or 5 out of 6, you must pass 5. We go 70, I think it's 78% or 77%. And again, I think I have that in there as well.
You say, what was the percentage grade?
76, 77% of the class. If we offer to be a full-time student, okay, a full-time student for us is seven class periods. Okay? That 8th hour is something we added this year. This year? Okay.
And
Help me out, Dr. Yanders, because you know, yeah, okay.
I just have a few more questions.
Go right ahead.
I think you may have referenced, do we have a summer league program scheduled for this?
We do, and that's in your program. Some of the things that you're asking me about is there, Trustee Gomez. The reason I didn't get in it because My presentation, actually, if I went through every slide, would be about 3 hours. So I tried to speed through it, but we do. We have basketball. We going for, not only we are doing some in coordination with the city for basketball, we doing our own basketball camp, okay, boys and girls. We got baseball camp that we're doing. We're doing boys and girls soccer camp. So, yeah, we are. We got a lot of camps going.
I know the city's offering some program as well.
Yeah, I'm the park board president, so
I
I'm working,
understand. Yeah.
in conjunction with Marino.
And that being said, then the baseball team, what's the arrangement? I know there was, I believe it was last year, the baseball team couldn't get in there to practice. They could play, but not.
That was not true. That was not true. And I have been addressing that. I don't know where that got out, but that was not true. We have not had any issue, okay, using Block Stadium. Now, before I was here, I don't know, but we have not had any issue using Block Stadium at all. They could get in there. They've been practicing in there. I speak with the coach almost every day. I talk to Jimmy almost every day. They do not have any issue.
Good. Who schedules the games, what matches, meets, et cetera? Is that something you do, or does each individual coach do that?
No, the coaches don't do that. The coaches get to look at the schedule and have input on their schedule, but that scheduling comes from me and my assistant, Ms. Nunez.
Some of
from
the
our office.
schedules that I've noticed, a sport may allow you to participate 20 times, to have an activity, a game, match, whatever you want to call it, up to 20 times in a season. But I've seen some of our schedules where we're only scheduling 12 matches or meets.
Most of the schedule, we're close to capacity on all of our baseball. I think basketball, we could do up to 22 games, 22 in the tournament. Baseball, we could do up to 20 plus a tournament. We were there. Only trouble we have scheduling games is with our softball program, a little bit with our volleyball at times, because teams don't want to play us. We're not good enough. They don't want to play us. Until we improve, and get better at some of those, but we're pretty close to capacity of what we can schedule on many of our teams.
Just two questions left. One, if you could also share what your personal goals are for the for your athletic program district-wide, I'd appreciate it. And also, you mentioned that girls flag football was on the horizon for fall of this year. Is that correct?
That is correct.
What about boys volleyball?
And that's the following year. You and I talked about that following year. We're doing one a year.
Yeah, and the reason I ask, because it seems like, there's, the more opportunities we get, hopefully the more participation we get. It's a big sport in Illinois, and, with the athletes that we have that I see on our basketball team, those kids can easily transfer over.
I totally agree with you, but here's the thing that I don't want to do. If we add too fast, okay, we're going to squash other sports out. We're trying to get more of our students to participate in sport. And this is what we're working on. You asked for one of my goals. I said this before. When Dr. Bournet came in, Dr. Bournet said something to me in our very first meeting. He said he'd like to see the day where we got 99 or 100% of all our students coming into school doing something other than just going to school, whether they are part of a club, whether they're part of a sports program. And I often remind him about that when we're in our meetings. And I say that because we truly, if you look at our numbers where we were dipping, and that's in your packet as well, we were dipping in some of our sport programs where we could get the people out. Now, I could tell you a number of reasons why, and some of them you may know. We don't have when you look at our baseball and softball program. The reason we struggle right there compared to other districts, when you were coming up, when I was coming up, there were Elks, Kiwanis. We had 24 Little League teams. We had a Little League division on this side of the city and one on this side of the city. We have a total of 6 teams now in Little League, total. There's no Elks, there's no Kiwanis. When I was coming up, whether I wanted to play football, run track, or whatever, Coach Monroe was my Pop Warner coach. He was my basketball coach, okay? They're not offering these things. These are things that I'm doing and speaking with not only the mayor, but Marino about regularly. Some of these things that we can offer to encourage kids to play. So there will be some carryover that they can come from the city over to the high school. We want the city to be a part of our feeder system. If we just do it and try to do it by ourselves, okay, we can't afford it. I'll be honest with you. We could not afford it. We need help.
Yeah, and just made me think of one other thing. With the fitness center that we have,
Awesome.
comparable to a junior college or Division III college.
Better.
I don't understand how we're not competitive at some particular sport, like football, for example. We got a great resource there, and I don't know what we need to do to maximize its use, but I would think any coach would want to come with a facility like we've got.
This is why we got to hire the brightest and the best coaches that we can get that's going to take advantage of our fitness center, that's going to spend that out-of-season time with our students. We do have this, people want to come and play in East Chicago. They love our gym. We're hosting, we haven't had the baseball section, I don't remember, since Arzamanian was the coach. I'm going way back, huh? Yeah, okay. But I think that's the last time we had the baseball sectionals. We have it again. And they want East Chicago to take more sports. They want us to host sectional and different things. We got baseball, we got tennis, we got basketball. We will have soccer. And it won't be long that we'll have football. We just got to get better.
Yeah.
We got to get better.
If I can.
Yes, trustee Taylor.
Great presentation. Thank you for the information. Thank you for breaking it down.
Thank you.
This is near and dear to my heart. I'm a Cardinal, so when I saw Mr. Murphy walk in, it just makes my heart smile because I was in that marching band that looked forward to the games because it was the marching band, it was the football team, it was the flags, it was the cheerleaders. We were all one team representing our school district, all one team. So it is a holistic department, if you will. Now, I agree, we do have to invest in our coaches, which I'm sorry I couldn't be in the last meeting, but I wanted to mention, we do need to look at those salaries because people move their kids to school districts because of sports, which means you increase enrollment. When you increase enrollment, you need your academics to play in sports, which means your academics go up. So it's a holistic fix, if you will. We are a basketball, people say, oh, it's more than just basketball, but the truth is East Chicago is a basketball city. Let's just put that out there, it is. But yes, we want our kids to be able to participate in all the sports because why? You take advantage of all the conditioning opportunities across all seasons. So we have the right resources, right? We have the right facilities, we have the right gyms, we have the right everything except the right personnel in place, and they don't come cheap. So again, whatever we put into our districts, what we're gonna get out. So I agree, we need our staffing coach to be staffed in our school district so they could build their rapport and be in here with our students. They become a village of coaches. You know, that example you shared of Andres Lopez, he's a member of my church, by the way, great city. To see him speak back into his team, he was speaking back into them, motivating them, encouraging them with a microphone. Then you have Isaiah Jokes, who was top 20, distinguished graduates from class of 2025. We had a couple basketball players that also were scholarship winners. So you see how this all ties in together. But we have to invest in it financially because the heart is there. You and your team, Coach Graylin, Coach Ala, your hearts, you guys have the heart. And that's just you have the heart, you have everything, but it comes with a price. I understand that. I did get to visit the soccer camp one day. It looked like Little League back in the day. It was black, brown, white kids. I mean, it was like 100 kids out there. It was beautiful.
103.
100, beautiful. I was like, oh my gosh. And it wasn't like they were divided by schools, they were divided by grades. So, because guess what? They're gonna end up in one school.
Yes.
So, I mean, I support you, just like Trustee Smith said. Whatever you need, you want me to sell popcorn, guard the door, whatever you need me to do, I support you. You got my support 100%.
Thank you. Let me say a couple more things. You know, we get that a lot. East Chicago is a basketball city, you know, and I'm a basketball player, coach, all of that goes along with it. But I tell you this, and many of Trustee Gomez, you understand this well. East Chicago got state champions in wrestling, okay, that we let families move away. When I was over at Griffith, we had a state champion over there, and I was crying. People say, oh, he's really happy for him. I was happy that he won because I knew the family, but I was upset that kid won a state championship for Griffith when they're East Chicago kid.
Yes, yes.
I love my city. So we lose kids, whether we lose them to Griffith, whether we lose them to Bishop Knoll, whether we lose them to Hammond Morton or Hammond Central. I don't like it. We want our kids to stay. That's what I want. Our kids to stay. When we got 103 kids at the elementary level playing soccer, when I was coming up in school, our soccer program was good. Bill Morris and Jake Arzamanian, our baseball program was good. Our football program when Coach Monroe was coaching, and even when Roy Richards, when Stacy came back, Stacy Adams was the coach here. We had success. Now, we can say that East Chicago is a basketball city, but let me tell you one thing about East Chicago. East Chicago is a winning city. If you win in East Chicago, you can pitch pennies, and people gonna buy tickets, okay? They want to see you win any sport. It doesn't matter the sport. It was a time that our girls basketball team, right, sold more tickets to the boys. You couldn't get in the gym to watch the girls. We want to win. We got to get back there. This is why I wanted to become the athletic director. I want to bring our sports back to where it used to be. Will we get there? I don't know. You all going to play a big role in that. The coaches going to play a big role in that, but we can't keep losing students.
Yeah.
On that very note, I wanted to ask for your comment, if you don't mind sharing your thoughts on current legislation now with,
Ooh.
yeah.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
Go kill us. Go on and kill us. I've been
Where do you see
talking.
the challenges, I guess?
Yeah,
I'm asking.
it's gonna hurt the inner city schools like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, well, we
One
know
of the
that.
things that passed is that as long as you do not say it, and again, I don't want to get into Republican, Democrat, but we do know our legislature is Republican.
Yes.
Okay, and our Speaker of the House has a very strong voice, so he's the one that pushed us through. I'll tell you that much of it. One of the things that got passed in the state of Indiana that I've been talking to the state about over and over. What happens if Allah got a Dominic Murphy on this team? Okay, again. And maybe Coach Allah yells at him or something or whatever, or his parent gets upset with him. He could just transfer. He could just say, okay, I'm leaving. I'm going to Bishop Knoll. Only thing he can't say is that he's transferred for athletic reasons. He has to give no other reason. You get a one-time move to go anywhere you want to go. Now, why was that done? If you all don't know, I can tell you. And down in Indianapolis, okay, they've been dominating in everything. And pretty much in every sport, from Carmel to Fishers, you look at all the state champions, where most of our legislature live. Okay? They love their city too. Okay? And so they're making decisions what's best for
For
their
their
city.
city, that's
So if
right.
they got a good player in East Chicago, okay, that want to go to Noblesville and play at Noblesville, all they got to do is have somebody contact that kid and say, don't say you're going down there for athletic reasons, say you're going for a better education. And that student can transfer down there, and the only thing I could do is sign off.
Yeah.
It's going to hurt us in a number of ways. It's going to hurt us financially. I know you all dealing with a lot of things that's happening with the tax situation, okay? We on the cusp right now of where we going. And athletics is a big part of it. This is what I'm telling you. We need you now more than ever, okay? More than ever.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just have one more little comment to make. Your little ball boys at the game, you would have been surprised at the compliments that you got from the other schools because you had your little basketball boys out there and they just thought that was the cutest thing. That's what motivation is about. That's what's bringing up your elementary education. They were just adorable. And if you start with them at that age, just imagine where they'll be in another 6 years. One thing I really wish that I could personally afford or our community could come together, not just for East Chicago, but to start Biddy basketball and Pop Warner football.
We got Biddy basketball, and we're going to have Pop Warner football. You're going to be receiving, we're going to tie in with Pop Warner now. We
Okay.
got coaches with strong backgrounds. Coach Monroe ran a Pop Warner here in East Chicago for I don't know how many years. We're bringing Pop Warner back. These are some of the programs that we're bringing back. Our Biddy ball that we started last year, Coach? Yeah, we're going to continue. We had well over 100 kids in our Biddy league, so we're going to continue that. We're trying to expand. One of the things that we did, we're trying to expand our track program. So we're trying to give our young people all options that's available, trying to let their parents know. There are things that we're doing in our office to become more accessible, to include the parent totally in the decision-making process. So we're talking to them. And I'm telling our coaches at this point, listen, you have to recruit the parent. I don't care what anybody tell you. If you don't want to lose these kids, you have to have a relationship not only with the kid, but with the parent. And so these parents won't be so apt to say, okay, I'm going to just move my kid over here. I'm going to move my kid over there. Oh, they had an issue, so I'm going to move my kid to this school. Every school has some type of issue. It's just the way it is. You got a lot of people there in one place.
You guys also have the AAU team in the city, right?
Yes. Coach Ala is doing a great job. I mean, the kids are traveling, going different places. But again, we're not just looking at it from a basketball standpoint for the boys. Coach Edmonds is doing a great job. She's doing the same thing with the girls. She's getting better and better as a coach, which I love to see, okay? And they're going to be good. And I'm going to tell you this. 3 of our quickest growing sports going to be, mark my words, I hope I'm here to see it. Our soccer program going to get back to the glory days. We got a great young man over there coaching right now. He knows his stuff. He came up when the soccer program was at a high, okay? Matter of fact, the guy he played for that's the guy should be on our building, okay? Should be on our building, Mr. Perez. So he played for Costello. He knows his stuff. He's a good coach. He's working with our girls program. That's going to grow. Our football program is going to come along. East Chicago is going to be something to reckon with. Just give us a chance.
Thank you for the shirts.
Yes,
Great presentation.
Mr. Whalen, appreciate everything that you said.
Thank you for the shirt.
Yes, thank you for the shirt. Just get right size for me, don't me and Joel might
Go ahead, trustee. I see you.
size around here.
Thank you, Mr. Gordon and your team.
Yes.
No, I think the athletic director is correct. I was going to say something, but I'm going to hold my comments till the board meeting, because you'll be back, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll tell you if our shirts fit.
but good presentation.
Thank you.
Good presentation.
Hope you enjoy the shirts. Please go through the packet of information. Okay, it's much more detailed. Like I said, when you go through it, you'll see why I didn't get into every little thing. We'll be here at 10 o'clock.
So you want to get the applications?
Yes, I'll take the application.
And apparently, there's so much interest amongst the school board in pickleball that they'll probably have to have their own team.
That's right, because I got the person.
We
right
can't move
through-
like we used to,
do the
but
presentation.
pickleball we can definitely do.
Candace.
I'll take score.
I know that phone they're talking about, but I said to you, what did I tell you about pickleball?
You said it. I was on the court with y'all.
When you're over 40 years old.
Yes.
Okay, I want to get in contact with an orthopod and get 10%. Okay?
You said it.
Knees are blowing out left and right.
Yep.
You said it.
We can,
They be getting down.
Board President, we can bring our next
Yes, I'm
presenter
sorry.
up.
Yes, Dr. Bonet, we done got sidetracked. But
Thank you.
Thank you all.
I'm going to turn it over to our Director of Human Resources, Dr. McJunkins.
Okay.
Good evening, Dr. Bournet and Board of Education. We have a presentation scheduled for you tonight from American Fidelity. It is one of the programs that the HR team has sought out to provide better benefits for our staff. One of the things, as Coach said, salary, but also if we can offer better benefits to our staff and our incoming staff, we can recruit those that are more qualified and that want to become a part of School City of East Chicago. So tonight we have a presentation. I'm going to proceed before I introduce you to this young lady. I have to say free, F-R-E-E, okay? And I'm gonna say that a couple times. So we're bringing American Fidelity to present to you some of the programs and things that we offer that we can offer to our staff, and it is free. And we have Miss Megan Garton and her associate. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name, sir.
Mike Hostetler.
Okay, thank you. And they're gonna come up and tell you about the caveat of things that they offer to us free. And when I say free to the district.
Hello, hello. Okay, so I'm not sure how I follow up that with your athletic director, because that was awesome. I mean, I was an athlete in high school, and I would run through a brick wall for that guy at this point. I don't even know him. So that was awesome. I was sitting there, I'm like, yeah, everything that he's saying. So anyway, so I'm Megan Garton. I am from American Fidelity. This is my colleague, Mike Hostetler. So as Dr. McJunkin said, I'm not going to spend a lot of time with you, but I do want to share with you some of the things that we're really hoping to partner with your district on. Like what she was saying, anytime that you can elevate what you're already doing when it comes to benefits, it helps you from a recruiting and a retention standpoint. So that's kind of our goal as a company, is how we can provide really, really great education to staff members about your benefits, not just what you have today, but also about new offerings that you might have available. So before I do that, I'm going to share with you just a little bit about our company, just so that you know. One, we only work with K through 12 public schools. I think that is really important for you to know. I think that makes us uniquely qualified to really dig into a benefits conversation with employees out in the schools. I can tell you at American Fidelity, we work with over 5,000 school districts across the country. But here locally in Indiana, we work with over 70% of the school districts in the state, and have for years. We have really, really long-standing relationships with our school districts, and we're really proud of that. And when I say long-standing, I'm talking most of these districts we've worked with for 30, 40, and in some cases 50 years. And it's not because they're signing contracts with us each year. I firmly believe that the reason why we have those long-standing relationships is because of the value that we put on a couple of different things. So one, our service that we provide to both our districts and to your employees is of utmost importance to us, because we only work with schools. And frankly, we can't mess it up. There's no backup plan. So we have to be really, really good at caring for people. So that's one thing. But we also prioritize making sure that our districts stay compliant with the different programs that we're helping to support. We make sure that we're providing really, really good education when it comes to benefits, because benefits, as you probably all know, have gotten monumentally more complicated over the last 5 to 10 years. And so what our goal as a company is to go, okay, what can we do as an organization to help the process, help take things off of the district office's plate, that we can go out, use our manpower that we have, our local manpower that we have, to go out and provide a really great education and simplify those benefits. Because if you're providing really good education on those benefits and you get engagement in those benefits and people understand how to use them and to really just tap into the resource that they can be, it will tie into the retention. It will tie into the recruitment piece. And frankly, overall, when they participate, it also can tie a lot into your tax savings that you get as a district. So that's also something to think about and consider. So I'm just going to take a couple minutes and talk about some of the things that we're wanting to provide and what we're wanting to offer to you all that will help, again, just kind of elevate what you're already doing. So most school districts, once ACA was kind of passed and everything was going on with healthcare reform, you're required to have an open enrollment process each year. So that's one of the first things that I kind of want to talk about, because that benefit open enrollment period, so when your employees are going out and they're doing and filling out their paperwork for medical enrollment, their dental, their vision, things like that, it is a very manual process. A lot of schools were going through that, and you're talking papers that people are filling out that has, here's who I want covered under my medical plan, here's their birth dates, here's their socials, here's all this information on paper that is manually then getting turned in, is being submitted, someone's entering that information into the medical company site. It leaves a lot of room just for manual error. It's a very manual process. And so one of the things that we're going to do and that we would love to be able to help you with is to be able to provide you with an electronic online enrollment system that would allow an electronic open enrollment process where all of that then is captured electronically. So when an employee, every year during this open enrollment process, and even as new employees come on board, they actually have the ability that they can enroll using that enrollment, that electronic platform that's out there and that exists. But the cool part about it is that we actually come as a company, we come in and we sit down one-on-one with all eligible employees, and we help them navigate that process. Because what ends up happening, again, benefits are really complicated. So when you start talking about a high deductible health plan and an HSA and an FSA with a PPO plan, people immediately just start backing away. They start getting really, really nervous because they don't understand. And so we have the ability to sit down, knee to knee, with these employees and really have meaningful conversations about their situation and what they're going through and what they have going on, so that then they can make good and educated decision on what's going to be best for them. So that's one of the things that we do and what we offer, again, at no cost. No cost at all to the district. It's something that we provide for the school districts that we work with. Another thing that we do and we help support is with flexible spending accounts, so under a Section 125 program. It's not something the district actually has. They used to have it, but it's something that we offer in all of our school districts that we work with. And it's something oftentimes that employees who are on those PPO plans could choose to tap into if it makes sense for them to do. Okay, so we offer those, again, at no cost to employees, but again, it's part of that educational process. Again, the more people that participate in those pre-tax plans saves both employees money, but it also saves you all in payroll taxes. So it's a win-win all the way around. We also do provide health savings accounts. So those folks who are choosing to be on those qualified high deductible health plans, we could offer an HSA program with that. And one of the things that I feel like kind of pulls it all together, because our goal is to go, okay, let's take your programs you have, so your existing medical, vision, dental, the life insurance you provide to employees, the long-term disability plans you provide to employees, put that together with options that we have, like voluntary benefits like cancer plans and accident plans, and benefits like that that you already have available. It would be with American Fidelity at that point. But essentially, we put all of that together to have one conversation with your employees and talk about their full benefit package. So we're reminding them of all these really cool things they already have that they've probably forgotten about, and then also bring in these other things that they have the choice between. And one of the things that I think that we have that really helps to elevate that experience and helps with that engagement part is we have a mobile app that we have available, and I feel like that's something everyone says, right? We have a mobile app for that. But because at American Fidelity, what we offer is ours, and we actually create it. So our flexible spending accounts that we offer to employees, it's an American Fidelity flexible spending account. If it's a health savings account, it's an American Fidelity health savings account. If it's a cancer plan or an accident plan or a disability plan, it's an American Fidelity plan. So our mobile app is one place that your employees can go to and has all of that there. So they can see immediately their balances in those accounts. If they have a health savings account, they can choose to have investments after they get a certain balance in that account, and they can do it right from their mobile app. And we educate them on how to do all of that. So they get to learn how to engage in their benefits more easily and make it convenient for them. And I think that's really why, again, as we continue, we get a lot of feedback from our school districts to go, what can we do better? What do you love? What would you like to see different? So we're asking for that feedback on a regular basis. And so I think those are some of the things that certainly help us to be successful and help us do really well. And there are also things in the future that I think that we could help you all with regard to 403Bs or 457, so those retirement accounts. But again, I think it all comes down to when you are providing a good process that your employees can engage in and really learn about their benefits. And I'll just give you one example of something that we do because it's so important to us that we're providing great education and we want our schools to know that that's important to us, is we provide something to our schools. It's called a value pack. And we provide them usually like every 3 to 5 years or whenever they want to see the information. And essentially what it is it lays out all of the programs that we offer in the school, and we show them how many people are enrolled in those programs, and then we break down the claims participation in those. So if it's, let's say it's an accident plan, we'll say, here's how many people are in the accident plan, here's how many wellness benefits have been claimed under the accident plan, and then how many actual claims that somebody had. So if somebody was on the pickleball court and blew out their knee, like he was saying, if that happened, we would see that information and we could provide that information to our schools because frankly, that's a report card on us. How good are we doing at educating your employees on those benefits and how engaged are they on those benefits? So that does, like I said, for us, that education, the engagement with things, with those benefits so that they can really so that you really can show them how valuable this is for them and that it's important to you too. So thank you for your time, and I would certainly be open to. Talked about the mobile app, open enrollment. The open enrollment? Yeah, so the open enrollment, so that electronic open enrollment system, yeah. So with that, like I said, I feel like the value of that really has to do with, one, it's all your benefits information essentially is in one place. And one thing I didn't mention about it and how it kind of relieves some of the work too on the district office is the fact that after that open enrollment is finished, we send direct electronic feeds to your carriers. So carrier goes to your medical, carrier goes to vision, carrier goes, file goes to dental. So that no one in this office is manually trying to go into your medical system, entering in the information, going to the dental system, entering that information, vision system, same thing, and then going to payroll and adding that information into there. It just opens it up to a lot of error whenever you have that many manual processes for one person, and allows them really to kind of shift their focus into some other things that they can spend their time on. Any questions that I can answer for you all? I know I just threw a lot at you in a very short period of time.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So I mentioned the fact that we work with about 70% of the districts in Indiana, but around here, I know I hate to bring it up because he just said there was a state champion at Griffith, but we do work with Griffith. So let's see, we work with, and Mike, I didn't really share a lot about Mike here, but Mike is one of the local account managers in the area. So he works with many of the school districts around here that he's responsible for. So we wanted him to be here and to be a part because he would be the local account manager. Certainly there could be others that would come in and help support him throughout the process and meeting one-on-one with your employees. But yeah, I don't know if you want to mention a couple.
So some Lake County schools as an example, right? It's like School Town of Munster, Griffith, Lake Central, Crown Point, Hanover, Trite Creek,
See, I knew he'd know him like that.
Valpo schools, so there's, again, about 70% of the schools. So a lot of Lake County schools and Porter County schools. I know Porter County has a trust that I think all the schools now are in, that work with American Fidelity. Well, most of the schools in the area.
Yeah, so I'm going to have Mike hand out a folder here, and then we did bring a little gift for each of
No
you.
cost to the district. You said it's no cost, right?
Yes,
And then
it is
and so
no
you said you
cost.
would sit down with the, with the teachers. Who would you sit down with? Not the parents.
So,
You sit down.
no, I'm sorry, no, not the parents. So essentially, we would sit down with all eligible employees.
Employees,
Yes.
okay.
And it's really who you deem as being eligible. So we have some school districts, I mean, I'll tell you, out of those over 5,000 school districts that we work with across the country, there's probably not any two that we help support in the same way, because each district's unique. So we feel like it's never a cookie cutter situation and that it's a one size fits all. So we really work with them to figure out what the best way of navigating, their needs are.
So this does not have anything to do with the board getting involved with us.
It does not.
It's-
It does not.
Other
But we
than-
do
other
have
than
some
food.
districts that end up saying, you know what, we're going to have all eligible employees. So eligible employees for your medical, let's say, that we would sit down and we would meet with. But we do, especially as I feel like, I would like to say it's just the state of Indiana, but across the country, how there's been shortages in certain staff groups that happen. So we've had a lot of school districts who have expanded that and say, no, we're actually going to open this up and we want other employees, maybe not just who's eligible for our medical, to be eligible to participate in some of those voluntary insurance products that are there, to be able to be more attractive. If you have folks that this is a retired, let's say they're already retired and they're working, or things like that might be going on, that would be an appealing situation to bring, to maybe help bring some folks in. Yes. Yes, so if you are eligible for the benefits, you too would have the opportunity and would sit down and have a meeting with us to go through and have that same educational experience that your employees do.
Okay. I'm quite sure.
So
that-
in that folder, it has a couple of different things in there. It's more what I kind of mentioned already. I just like to have a conversation with you. But in the left-hand side of your folder, it really just has kind of a breakdown of all of the things that we can do and the things that we can offer. I would love to tell you that is an all-encompassing view, but like I said, our schools are all unique in the way that they like us to support them. So there are things that we do on a regular basis that are not encompassed in here. That they may go, hey, while you're out there meeting one-on-one with our employees, can you also communicate about our EAP program, because we really want folks to understand how that works, or maybe it's an on-site or near-site clinic that you want us to be talking to employees about and educating them about. Even if it has nothing to do with American Fidelity and our specific plans, our goal is to provide an all-encompassing education on employees' benefits and to really partner very closely with Dr. McJunkin's team to go, what are employees talking about right now? What are they calling your team about? What do they have questions about that we can tap into and make sure that they have a better understanding of how these benefits work. So on the right-hand side, that one that says our brand, that really talks more specifically about us as an organization and what's very valuable and important to us. Behind that, that 8.5 by 11, that is something that we put together. That's a more generic version of it, but we put together tailored marketing pieces to go through information about your benefits package so that employees have not just electronic information that comes out to them. We want to layer that information because we know that electronic's not the way that everybody wants to learn. You know, they might want a printed version, so we print information off as well. But what we do for our schools is we tailor all of that. So we'll put your logo on it so it looks like it's yours. So we co-brand a lot of that information together to look like that cohesive partnership that we're really looking to have with our schools. And then I did put some information in there about our mobile app. I am telling you, our mobile app is the best thing that we have done I mean, it is amazing and it is so user-friendly. So when we're sitting down and we're meeting with employees and we're talking to them about that, they are fully engaged in that. 84% of our claims that we have for any of our plans are submitted through our mobile app. That is huge. And it's because it's so user-friendly and because it's easy to use. I would love to tell you I'm amazing at technology. I am not. But that is easy. And then I did put my business card in there. You're certainly welcome to email or call me if you need anything. We also do, when we meet with employees one-on-one, we provide our cell phone numbers. We want people to be able to communicate with us if they have questions or they have needs and they need support, because frankly, when people are reaching out to us, it's usually because they have something going on that they need help and support with. So we don't want it to be, well, we're available from 8 to 4:30, and that is all. We want it to be, no, we're here. We are here for you when you need us. So, any other questions?
How long have you been in the schools? How long have you
gosh.
been doing this? For a while?
So me, I've actually been at American Fidelity for over 20 years.
But in the schools?
In schools, we've been in schools since the beginning. So some of these schools, like I said, for almost 50 years, but we've been around for over 60 years as a company and as an organization.
Just not hearing about them.
Mike, how long have you been here?
I know, I say we just.
14 years I've been here for.
They say-
I know, like, some of the schools in Lake County have been with us for, I think, close to 40 years. Like, I know
Oh,
School Town of
that long?
Munster and Crown Point Schools,
Yeah.
Lake Central, they've all been 35-plus years.
Really?
Yeah.
What took you so long to get to Chicago?
What? Timing is everything.
Yeah,
Timing is everything.
yes, sir. Yeah.
That's our bad.
I'm sorry, your name is Megan, right? You're
Yes.
Megan? Okay.
Yes. Megan Garten.
Yeah, very impressive presentation. I also see that, you serve millions of customers in over 49 states
We do.
and 23 countries. Wow,
We do.
that's amazing.
Yes. So I mentioned that we're only in K through 12 public schools. So we have two divisions of our company. So Mike and I, Michael, I don't think I've ever called you that in your entire career. Mike and I, we only work on the educational services division. So that's about 90% of our company is only in the K through 12 public school market. So there are a couple of other entities that we work with, but we never do. Anybody you would ever come into contact with is working in a school every single day. And the one state we don't work in is New York. I usually get that question.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Okay.
that you're not licensed in New York, but all the other states you are.
Yeah, yep. And I also, just with those stats that you brought up, our retention rate on our school districts that we work with is 97% year over year. And we are, like I said, we're really proud of that, and we feel like it's because of the service that we provide. It's important to us, and we don't just want to come in and sit down and meet with your employees one time a year. We want to have a partnership with them. So the first year we come in, it's that guy from American Fidelity. And then the second year, it's like, oh, okay, I remember him. He was in here last year. And then the next year, it's, oh my gosh, how are your kids doing? And what's going on with this? And you build those relationships and those connections. And that's what we're hoping to do. So it's the same thing you guys are talking about when you're talking about athletics. It's about creating something cool that people want to be a part of. So, any other questions?
Yeah, every year we go to a national conference like the National
Yeah.
School Board Association. I think you guys have a booth there as well.
Sure do.
Yeah, okay. And I think I brought the information to the previous board a while back, but
Okay. You were ahead of the curve.
but it's
That's
good.
what happened.
Oh, no, I didn't bring them, but I'm just, in terms of now, this is great.
Okay. Yes,
stuff.
It is.
so as a company and as an organization, it's important for us to support those organizations that support schools. So we invest a lot back into organizations like that, the Superintendent's Association, school business officials, all of those. So we definitely invest back into those.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
So this was also something I saw at this school business division conference.
Oh, okay. Oh, this was that one, okay.
Yep.
I was already in touch with them. They were AI.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, yes.
Thank
Any
you.
other questions? No?
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you for your
And
time. We
thank you
appreciate it.
all For being patient with us.
Oh, gosh, you're fine. That was fun.
Okay.
Honestly, that was fun to listen to.
Okay,
And like I said,
thank
we
you.
do have something to give out to you all. I don't know if you want us to leave it over there, if you want us to hand it out.
Oh, you can hand it out to us. We likes getting gifts and things. We, you know, right, Mr. Harris, we likes presents and things around here, you know. Wait a minute. I was gonna say we should have some food. What you gonna be? Oh, girl, what you say? Oh, man. You better hurry up and fill out that gym slip. Did you give it to Gordon? Oh, man. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. I'll take that bag if you want me to take that bag. I'll take the, I say, I'll take the bag, I'll take the bag off your hand. Okay, well, thank you. This is nice. You get one, Dr. Bonet? Oh, yeah. I'm glad I got a black. You know, they're gonna be all dirty when you get through with your handprints.
Thank you again. If we can transition to our pre-board meeting.
Thanks a lot, okay? We appreciate everything. All right. No, I took their bag.
President Gibson King,
Yes,
are we ready
yes,
to?
I'm sorry, Dr. Bonet. Yes, we're ready to get back to the meeting. Yes.
We can begin with items under the consent agenda. Questions regarding the claim docket.
See, I had a few questions on the claim docket.
Madam President,
Yes, trustee,
I've got a few of them. Page one,
Page 1.
yes. It's near the bottom. Check 117830.
830.
117,
What? 830.
117830, okay.
830. And then Department of Works. What you got? That's water bill.
It's check number 117830.
Unemployment payment.
Unemployment.
That full title. That full title is Department of Workforce Development.
And then Department of Works.
Workforce Development, right? Is that what
In it- in-
That's Workforce Development.
That's our unemployment payment.
On the next page, under the Porter County School Employee,
Health insurance.
Which one?
Health, which,
Oh, Porter
which
County.
which health insurance? That's the employee's health insurance. Part payment comes from the employee, and part payment comes from the district on that number.
On page 5, the fourth item down,
What number, Jesse?
117874.
Oh, Vascular Children's Hospital.
Oh, thank you.
One.
No, that's special ed.
I thought I saw in a memo, there was a monthly fee, thank you. A monthly fee of, it was like $77. It was in one of our memos.
It should be in one of your invoices, the detail of what that payment equals out to. I think she tried to put your invoices in alphabetical order too.
That's for a single student, right?
Yes.
Next page, the bottom item, unpaid toll again.
Yes, that was from, I do believe, March. There's, actually, your details are in there. I told her to make sure she copied front and back on that one. So when you exactly went through the toll, so toll fees, you know, are run behind by months when they decide to print them out.
Yeah, okay, we haven't been anywhere with the car. Somebody else must.
It runs behind,
Oh,
yeah. So did she copy the backside of that that shows when they went through the toll, when you went through the toll?
On page 9, third item down, 117881.
That's the MOU that we have with community and schools.
okay, now, okay. This is what we have with communities and schools?
And I do believe that should also be in your invoice packet, where she tried to connect the actual MOU,
So-
telling you what the details of MOU is for that
Okay.
one.
So now this, is this the people that we just had a meeting with?
I do believe, I think they spoke at the last
Yes, and I
work
was
session.
under the impression that their program was free.
No, it's a
service.
portion of it that is free. So we have 2 MOUs with community and schools.
Yes, that's-
Yes, so one was a part of, like, don't want to say it was a MOU, but it was more of a contract of services that we pay a portion of them every 3 months. And I do believe this might be the last year that we actually is involved in that MOU with them.
Yeah, because I know, yes.
Yes,
Just for clarifying, the board approved the MOU that does not have a cost attached to it. We have not approved the one that has a cost, which is the matching.
Right, and yes, I found that out after the fact. But I did hear him say something matching dollar for dollar.
yes.
And so you're saying, how long have we been with
Well,
with
this
them
one
with
has
this
been going on at least 3 years. I think it was a 4-year stretch in that actual contract, which I can, I'm not for sure if that one is attached to the invoice. If not, I will get the PO. It's attached to my PO that has the contract.
Okay, so now,
I think it was $60,000. It runs through title, but I would make sure on the dollar amount.
so the presentation that he gave us was for the free one.
I was not involved in the presentation, was for the free portion of it.
That is
Okay.
correct.
Yeah, that's correct, Madam
For the
President.
MOU. But he said that the other part, they were funded by a grant.
He did mention the matching portion,
Right.
but the MOU only covered the free or the no-cost program.
I think most of it had to do with after-school as well.
Right.
So this
That's my-
particular, I knew they had a contract with us from a grant that they did receive.
Yes, and we
This is
did
part
matching.
of, are you paying like a portion of that each year or each school period? How's that work?
Each quarter, we would do the
Each quarter?
$6,000.
And that's
payback.
for the match of the grant
That's
that,
for the match of the grant.
now, they did mention too that they serve other schools.
Right.
Are other schools also paying for their matches as well?
Yes, if they're in other school districts, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because we was talking about that. So this is the afternoon program, the matching for dollar.
No,
No.
this is not the
Okay, the one
after-school
that they
program.
talked about is the after. is-
That was the after-school
So,
program.
and they are in all our schools, right?
I'm not gonna say all of them. I do know they're located in 2 schools, and that is Central and Block. Dr. Yanders would know a little bit more about where they're located at throughout the district. Oh, in one elementary.
Okay, so they're only in 3 schools.
Yes, but they provide services to all schools.
All schools, but they're only stationed in 3
We're only
schools.
stationed in 3 buildings.
Service all schools, but station, all school district, but station at 1 school,
So I'm
3
trying-
schools,
Yeah.
at 3 schools, I'm sorry.
yes.
So this one here that we pay, match dollar for dollar, what time of day of program is this?
What time of day the
Yeah,
program is this?
Is this in school or after, what is this?
I want to say this one, I need to pull that contract because this is up under title, but I'll pull that contract for you and make sure that y'all have it before the 29th.
Oh, and,
Okay.
but it's $6,000 here. Really? Mm-hmm. I think we better get some understanding on that. What did she say it was? There's 2 programs. She say one in the daytime and one at night.
Oh,
Well, we'll get the understanding right, Dr. Williams.
Trustee Taylor, is the contract attached to that invoice? I know I sign off on it, but I see the contract when I sign off. I'm not for sure if they connecting it to the invoice also.
and it's not a title. I have to read this. I don't know.
No, there's no contract.
There's no contract there?
Not for community schools, no.
No, okay. I'll get you the PO that is attached to the whole dollar amount that we're paying out and plus the contract that we signed off on. I do believe it was like 2 years ago, if not 3. It was right after COVID that they had the money, got the grant. I'm sorry, Ms. Wright? Yeah, not the new contract. The new contract is not the matching contract. I think, like I said, this came in right after COVID that we got this matching grant. I like 21 or 22. I know we had it for the last couple of years.
Okay, 21 or 22.
I'll get it out of federal.
Okay, you got anything else, trustee Gomez? Oh, you're looking for it? I don't guess he's looking.
There's, I think the latest one is the September 6th, or actually July 17th, 2023. Would that be it? Let me see.
Is it a dollar amount, a matching of 120,000?
And we have a print shop.
I know it, I'm gonna ask that question. What page you on?
Page 10.
The invoice is there? Yes. Is the contract attached to that, or is it just the invoice? The invoice would just say 6,000 at the bottom. It's just a blank invoice. That's the one I have. Okay, you have. I'll get you the contract. Or trustee Rodriguez might have found it also.
Oh, you found it?
There's actually, I did find both of them, but I'm just trying to see a dollar amount, which I don't see at this point.
Okay.
Any more questions?
I'm gonna send.
Yeah, anybody else?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez, you finished?
If I go back, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, 2 pages to 7. The top portion of the page, 117914. It's a monthly billing.
That is the trash pickup.
Do they have a, do we routinely bid this job out?
This is actually, we were run up under, help me out, Dr. Renee. Don Harmon, what's the name of it?
NWIESC.
Yes. So it is the one that the corporation, court bidding, they go out as a whole, and then we run under their services. So I do believe this contract ends with the co-op July 1st, so they have went out for bidding, so we will run up under whatever service that they pick, because they do all the bidding process, we don't do the bidding.
So if I could, Madam President, make a comment on this. So can you just check with them? And I know the service that they provide, and it's kind of pooled resources. But can you make sure that all the local vendors who provide waste disposal services are just notified that it is on the street?
Okay.
Because there's a lot more companies now than there used to be that provide the same services.
Okay.
And many of them are cheaper.
Yes.
So
Okay.
that's all, just to make sure it's.
I think I do get a list of who bid it and how they picked the one.
Yeah, there's like home disposal, total disposal, and there's a bunch of them now that are.
Yeah, so I'm not for sure how local they go. I do know that they put it out on the state website, so I'm not for sure how local they go. And I think I'm rephrase that. Since I've been here since 8 years, we have had Republic.
Yeah, Republic
So-
provides a great service, just never the cheapest. So,
Yeah, I won't make that comment on.
That's right.
Oh, boy.
I just had one more. This is on page 10, middle of the page, 117893.
What'd you say, go man?
117893.
Oh, resort.
Yes, that was for a conference, and I would actually have to, it was for a CTE conference.
It's a who's conference?
Someone went to a CTE conference.
Oh,
Is that in our materials?
I'm sorry,
Is that in our materials?
the invoice?
Yeah.
Yes.
The individual's name is under as well?
I do not know the individual name is on there.
Can you add that?
I have probably a list of who went for the conference, yes.
Yeah.
Is the individual name on there?
What'd you say, Mercedes?
Page 10,
Trustee Smith? Yes.
17926. Just, it says for print. I thought we had a print shop. Don't we have a print shop in our district?
So this here for imprint was an item for, yes, we do have a print shop. This was an item that was purchased with the logo of the parent university on it.
So our print shop can't can't create logos?
Our print
I
shop
know
is
you don't know, but I'm just
amazing,
asking.
but this particular print, I do believe it was like soldered on there. It wasn't just a sticker. I think you have a little bit more information on what
So
that.
this was the intended sort of takeaway or souvenir, which Mr. Torres can't do in his print shop because it was a physical item.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't a paper or print ad.
Okay.
Yeah, and it wasn't a sticker that's what Mr. Torres could have put on that.
Let's see.
Trustee Taylor, was their name associated with the Gaylord? Yes. Okay, thank you. 2 names, yes. And I do believe it was in Washington State. Texas? Was it in Texas?
Texas.
Okay.
It's in Texas.
They don't need to be going on. Dr. Bunya, that's the same with, on page 9, 117926, that's the same thing. It wasn't printable, it's not a physical, or whatever, not a shirt, it's like a.
What number was that?
117926.
Yeah.
On page 9?
Yes.
And that is correct. It was some
Yeah.
hard object that wasn't paper or
Okay.
print.
But I got a question, since we're on these pages, talking about the same, so, these engagements has not taken place, right?
No, we were planning for, that's why they were been ordered.
Okay, but they've already been paid for?
Correct.
Okay, but none of this has happened, right?
I want to go back to that one item. I did find it here. And that's for the, that one, to stay at the Basher Children's Home. In the documentation here, it says a charge of $77.10 a day. But the invoice says $116.03.
Which invoices we on now?
It's on your, invoices, right?
Yeah.
It's in your invoices.
Yeah, but it ain't on the board, it ain't on here though. Oh. Oh, this is two different things then.
Yeah, so-
Oh, maybe you can ask Leila then.
What you got?
I'm asking
Is that the
you
court order? I do believe
Yes.
she attached the
Yes.
court order to that, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the court order says
$100 and some dollars.
$77.10, and the invoice says $116.
Okay, what's the breakdown of the 116? And was the court
It's
order?
$116 per day.
Okay. What was the breakdown on the court order? I have to look at the court order.
$77.10 a day.
Was it for the same?
It's all together.
Amazon.
Amazon, we use that a lot.
I know, I'm seeing it.
I think, oh, you say fitness center?
That's a lot of them.
Oh, yeah, and I think that each school uses it, from my understanding. You can ask them, but I think that's how they go.
Don't they have an Amazon account?
I want to say they do. What's the question?
Oh, these are some books. Some
Books
of
for Amazon.
I'll call them to find out, or I have attorney, that's what Kim is saying, go to a court, this is a legal document.
Soap.
I had a question on one item. This is for Calumet Electric.
What page you on?
I'm sorry, this is in the claim docket. I'm sorry, in the
Okay.
What page are, what
Invoices.
page are you on?
invoice.
this one's calling for 1,620 ICO lamps,
So what page are you on?
Calumet Electric. I'm in the
You in the
invoices.
Oh, you're in the invoices. Okay, that is the quantity of light bulbs bought for the district.
Were these LED light bulbs?
No.
Or what type of light, just regular?
Yeah, they're regular light bulbs. It's not too many schools that we have a total of LED light bulbs in. These are the one that our electrician buy in bulk.
What type? What type of light bulbs are they?
They're the fluorescent light bulbs, right here.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
the fluorescent.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
These are fluorescent, you said?
They're the tube light bulbs. He buys them in bulk.
What number are we on? Oh, that's.
I don't, yeah, I'm not for sure what number it is. I think we're going through the invoices right now.
Yeah, that's invoice.
Okay.
We're not moving towards, LEDs, thank you.
We're on page 6, and it's check number 117875. It's like the third one down from the top. Page 6 of the claim document.
Oh, okay, this is the children's home. I see what you're talking about, not Jesse. Right here.
You got some more, trustee
The
Gomez?
question was, we're not using LED lights, bulbs?
We have some schools that have LED and some have not transferred totally over to LED.
Is there a plan for that?
I'm sorry?
Is there a plan for that to happen?
We are actually in the process of flipping Washington. That was, I think, on the last board meeting that we're flipping Washington.
bulbs, yeah.
Yeah, in and out, in the parking lot also. I do believe we started Central, no, we completed Central on the inside, and we moved to the library. We're going to finish the library that was on the last, also on the last agenda.
And back to the, sorry, there's a, the Gaylord Texan Resort. You said that was a CTE.
Correct, that came out of the Perkins grant,
We got,
so that would be CTE.
and we asked what will happen in the end.
The policy now.
I don't see the
You-
conference here.
I'm sorry.
I see the fees, I don't see the conference listed in here.
What you're looking at, I do believe, if you're referring to the one that you asked me about earlier, that is the hotel receipt.
I'm asking for the actual conference.
Okay, the actual conference form would not be attached to the invoice. It is attached to the PO. I can send you a copy of the actual conference that is attached to the PO.
Thank you.
That's it, trustee Gomez?
That's it.
Yeah, I have a few questions here. On page 6, 117895.
Yes.
Uh,
The details of that one?
Yes.
Yes, we had, I do believe, a little bit shaky on it. I do believe we had 3 administrators attend this dinner. We had 2 East Chicago Central students that actually received scholarships that night.
You said three.
I do believe it was, Dr. Yanders, it was 4 that attended. I'm sorry, 4 administrators attended. And
four?
yes,
That was the conference at the Performing Arts?
yes. And I do believe it was the same
scholarship
night
night.
as the top 20
Oh,
dinner.
it was,
Yeah.
that we went to?
Yeah, they had the Hispanic Performing Arts.
2 students actually left early so they could attend the other
Oh, that's
one.
right,
To
they
that one.
did leave. That's right, okay, they went there. Oh, okay, because I know that's where we were at. Okay, let's see, oh, yes, 117906.
On the same page?
Oh, I'm sorry, page 8.
Okay. This was staff appreciation T-shirts.
So this was this for Teachers Week?
Yes, this was the Teachers Week.
And those was those shirts that we see, those navy blue shirts?
Correct.
Okay, and now, 4252DD.
What page?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's the same page, page 8.
On page 8.
Yes.
What now?
Yeah, 4252DD.
This was a reimbursement for one of our employees that actually paid for the whole hotel for I do believe 4 people that attended. He paid it on his credit card, and we reimbursed him.
Yeah, but what is this?
Oh, this is the IT conference that they go to every year down in Indianapolis.
Okay,
It's an IT conference.
I'm George.
yeah, IT conference, okay.
I think it's a total of
Huh?
4 that goes down.
Oh, 4 people that go?
5? I'm missing somebody. Nelson.
Oh, there. Oh, okay, okay, let's see here. Yeah, and this on page 11 here, 117889.
Family Parent Dictionary. I mean, let's see which.
Oh, some dictionaries, huh?
117889.
Yes,
Okay, this is a special ed
okay.
vendor.
Okay, and then, on the same page? 117920.
This is the mentorship that we have. I do believe it's in block. And this was part of, I do believe it started at the beginning of the school year. We started it carrying it in the ESSER fund, and then it evolved outside. And I actually do believe we will have this vendor working with our students over summer school.
But who's the person, the person that's doing it, that's in our school?
The gentleman's name is
Leroy Peters is the interventionist who works with our students.
Okay. Leroy Peters. That's all I have. Anybody, any more trustees? Rodriguez or Taylor, you have anything?
No.
I do not, thank you.
Yes, trustee Rodriguez.
Yeah, I do not.
Oh, you don't? Oh, okay.
No.
Okay, Dr. Bonet, finish.
If there are any other questions for the claim docket, we will move on to the personnel report.
I have a couple questions here. Excuse me.
Go ahead, trustee Gomez.
Thank you. And, no, there's no page listed. It's, sequence 6 and 7. Like page 3, I believe.
Was it involuntary transfers?
Yeah.
Right here.
Your question is regarding 6 and 7?
Yeah. What does this mean?
That means that these two people are being transferred to, from one school to a different school based upon administrative decision.
Do you know how long each of them have been in their current respective schools?
Dr. Yanders, do you know?
About 13.
13 years?
Well, 13 years total at the district. I don't know if they've all been at the middle school.
They just switching around. They get switching schools, look like here. But is there any particular reason as to why?
So number 6 has been at the middle school for how long?
Yeah.
Dr. Yanders is going to come to address the question.
Okay. Number 6 has been in our district for 5 years. Number 7 has been in our district for 22 years. He's been at this school for 3 years. And as a matter of fact, he may be retiring, right?
I remember number 7
Mm-hmm.
being there when the board first became an elected board.
Yes, sir. I
So
worked
know
with him
he's
too
been
as
at that
well.
building for more than 3 years.
No, I said at Lincoln, sir.
That's what I'm saying too. He's been
He
at
was
Lincoln
there?
for more than 3 years. Because he was there when we became an elected board. That was my district. That was the school in my district.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I was told that he was at Kerry Gosh previous to that, sir. Mhm.
um, I guess I'm trying to understand why this is an involuntary transfer. I don't know if you could say that now, but at least if you could share that with the board
Okay.
privately.
There are some needs in the community. that we felt the strengths of each one of these individuals will match the schools that they're being transferred to.
Can you explain the difference between a certified employee and a classified employee?
Certified employee is a teacher with a license of, a professional educator license, which is called a PEL, and they're licensed through the state of Indiana. A classified would be a person who does not have, that they're not required to have a state license.
And social workers also have a school social worker license, so that's why they're certified.
Okay. Thank you. So I wanted to move to summer school. I don't know what page this is, but the title, summer school. The numbers are 41 and 42. It was my understanding that these positions, if they had not enrolled in school by January 2025, they would not be eligible for employment for the school year 25-26.
41 and 42 are currently enrolled.
41 and 42.
Were they enrolled in January of 2025?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you provide that documentation?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
They was in Chicago State.
One of the individuals was listed on the non-renewal. However, the institution, the university,
That's not him.
that's not the
That's
same
not the one. You're talking about,
Oh, he's not on here. Pardon me.
Yeah, but I know the one you're talking about. What happened with that person?
Chicago State finally
did the
Okay.
paperwork.
did the
That-
paperwork and
okay,
accepted
and-
him, and so we put him back on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
We
okay, I
reinstated.
remember that person.
Right, I'm sorry, I confused him with that one. But, both of these are enrolled in programs.
May I ask you a question? Just some clarification. Can some of these, I mean, if you wanted to go to school to, get your certification to be a dean, a teacher or whatever, but, you have to have a teacher's license to be a dean, right?
Yes.
Okay, so can they go online and take these classes? They have to be physically at the university or,
It doesn't
'Cause-
matter as long as they're in the program.
it doesn't
right?
matter?
As long as they're in the program,
Because
right? A
it was-
certified
A
program.
state
A
certified, approved
an accredited program.
Right.
Okay, so to my understanding, now this is what I've just heard, that HR told them they had to go, only had to go to a specific school.
HR didn't tell them that. Now,
I'm just telling you what I heard. I don't know. I'm asking you.
No.
I think there was
So,
just some confusion. I think the recommendation from HR was to kind of gear them to go to Chicago State because they were giving credit for experience. So that would help them get through the program faster. And I think that's where the confusion was at.
we have a partnership with them, and we have one with Calumet,
College.
College. So those are because we have partnerships with them, yes, we recommend that they go through one of those programs because we work closely with them.
That's what she's telling me.
But an individual can sign up to any college or university that's accredited to obtain the coursework that they need. One of the key things is that the superintendent and, from what I understand, the board wanted them to have the program completed within the next 2 years. So people who did not, or individuals who did not have
Enough.
about an associate's degree or 60 credit hours already would not be able to complete the program within the next 2 years.
First of all, let me correct you. The board did not make that decision.
That's what I was told. That
From
that
the
was
pharmacy.
But no, we did not. We voted on it, but we didn't make that decision on how many years you have to go.
Right.
That was not part of the grow your own. Am I correct?
It was recommended to you.
It was recommended,
We vote on it.
but we, okay.
That's right.
So it's supposed to be 2 years or longer. It can't be any longer than 2 years.
And also too, when we talk about, certification on the specific job title that they're currently in, it's not for them to go and get their master's in something
No.
else. So we
Well-
want to make sure specifically that they stick to what their initial program was and not to jump off course into something else and we're paying for it.
Right, except for the deans that we had in our district. Were grandfathered into an agreement where they can go in if they already had a master's. So we have a couple of our deans who already have a master's degree. They've been directors of other programs. They qualified to go into the administrative level, which is still a master's degree.
Yeah.
So they would get the administrative
License.
the master's degree because they have all of that. So yes, they will qualify for that. Those that didn't, they're going into what is called the T2T program. I have my bachelor's degree, so now I'm getting ready to go and get my, and it's in different fields, right? But now I'm going to go to the T2T program, transition to teaching, so I can get my teaching license. And then once they complete that, but just the 8 that we had are grandfathered into that agreement. Anyone who comes from outside of the district have to have their administrative license in their hand in order to be a dean for the school city of East Chicago. We're raising the expectations for our students, and so we're also going to raise the expectations for those that support them.
Yeah. And there's no time limit. Like, for example, we're not giving them like 2 years to complete it, or I don't think there was a time limit to that.
To complete the master's?
No, just to complete the program.
That they're in.
Correct.
The expectation was for them to finish within 2 years. That was communicated to us from the former administration.
Okay, and if they don't complete within the 2 years, what
I think
happens?
that would be a situation where
But
the
yeah,
superintendent, an assistant superintendent of instruction would reevaluate and see how close this individual
Yeah.
is.
Okay. Okay.
And maybe we could probably implement something where they could request an extension. You know, I'm this close, I'm 1 semester away, this course is not offered that I need to finish up.
And life
So,
happens.
We have to work with people. But at least they would have shown that they are making an assertive effort to
Absolutely.
meet the requirement.
That's the part I like. When they're doing it.
So, go ahead, trustee.
I'm sorry, would we be fully staffed with deans for this coming school year? Or are we short deans?
No, we're gonna have to seek some more deans.
Okay. That's kind of what I thought. I wasn't sure though. And so I'm clear, the deans, once they finish the program, do they then become certified?
Yes.
Okay.
And if they're in the T2T program, they will become a certified or licensed
Right.
professional educator, teacher,
Yes.
okay? If those that are in the administrative program through
They also
Chicago State,
certified.
they will become licensed administrators. One of the things that's key is that we want our deans to be able to get in classrooms as well and do observations and evaluations, just as administrators do, and to do some coaching and things to prepare them. Maybe they want to become assistant principals or
Or
principals
principals.
or something like that.
And I also want to point out that when it comes to disciplines, suspensions, expulsions, and things of that nature, they have to have that license. Like anybody could suspend, but if a parent was to take us to court and somebody signed that suspension slip, now I could suspend you, but it has to be approved by an administrator, certified administrator. So we want to make sure that our T's are crossed and our I's are dotted.
And I think one of the things that began driving some of the conversation with previous superintendents were, there had been some feedback that students were being pulled out of classes by deans. And it was an awkward situation for the teacher.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, but that's,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because they had, yeah, I know what you're saying.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm not,
Okay. I wasn't privy to that.
So let me ask you this, if a dean pulls a student or two out of a classroom consistently from one or two classrooms, does that trigger anything in terms of why is this dean how do we monitor the deans from doing something like that? Now, to my understanding, the student that he or she is pulling out of the classrooms is just sitting in his or her office, doing nothing.
that should not be happening.
Should not.
And that's something that the principal needs to address, because students are losing
Instructional
instruction.
time. Mhm.
Exactly.
So, yeah, and I agree, and I'm not sure if the teacher brought it up to the principal or not.
Mm-hmm.
This is at the high school level, so we just want to make sure that there's contingencies in place so this doesn't happen, whether a dean's a friend of a student, all of a sudden he's putting them up a certain classroom because the student doesn't want to be in there,
Absolutely.
things like that.
That's what's been happening.
Yeah, at least
That needs to be
we're getting the
addressed.
feedback
Helps the student
of
learn.
that.
That needs to be addressed.
With our leadership, our principals.
So, okay, my question is, I see some of them they are all deans, but some get paid more than others. What's up with that?
They're not all deans. We only have 2 deans on here.
On here, this is summer school,
Yeah,
Trustee King.
but I seen.
And they all make the same amount.
No, I seen somewhere where Mr. Dinkins making 50-something, if I'm not mistaken.
Can you tell me which number that is,
That's
please?
on this one?
I seen it in there somewhere, I'm trying to find it.
For summer school?
Is that what I'm looking at?
Oh, okay. That would
What
be your
number is that
question.
one?
That's hers.
Oh, that's hers.
Yeah, that's hers.
I'll find it before we leave out of here.
Oh, it's not the personnel report.
No, that's something else. That's hers.
Any other questions for the personnel report?
I think that's the contracts, Madam President.
Oh, was it? No, I don't think it was in the contracts, but we're gonna go.
Did she
get it.
hear you?
Oh, yeah, what's it?
Man, did she hear you?
Okay, go ahead, Dr. Bonet, I'll find what I'm.
If there aren't any other questions for the personnel report, we'll move on to item 5.02, the approval of the Applied Skills Summer Internship. So, it's either Dr. Yanders or Ms. Simmons can speak to that in Ms. Pohl's absence. I will start. This is, once again, similar to the internship that the board approved for our technology internship. This will place, I believe, 2 students total, one at the bus garage as a student helper, and the other student is, let's see, I forget. Well, I think it's a total of 1 student, and they are at the bus barn.
Yes, this one is just the one student. The one earlier, one student has already completed their term.
One is the proposal.
I never have read.
So the 3 documents, those are the 3 documents that were handed separately.
Yeah.
That one is the actual proposal, one is a job description, and then the other is a more specific job description or posting for the student intern bus helper.
Okay, so, yeah, this is Tammy. So you said, Dr. Bonet, she has one student that's working?
It'll just be one
They
student
at the bus barn?
at the bus barn.
So, when do they start? What do they start?
Summer school,
Yeah, soon as school is out?
yes,
Okay. And then it ends when school starts back, right?
summer school. One summer school's in.
Say one student.
It's really cool. Dr. Bornay, would this week come out of title, all three of these? Or-
All three, the one student.
Oh, it's the one student?
Yeah, it's only one student. It's just three different documents.
It's just one student?
Yeah.
Yeah, she
The-
said one student.
There was two students originally proposed. The one student has completed his term, and now the student here will be finishing his term
And what's
out.
the pay, the hourly rate? Is it in
Maxed out, that salary maxed out at 600.
No, I'm talking about, oh, they gonna get $600?
Cannot accumulate over 600.
Oh, they can't, okay.
What'd she say?
600.
$600.
It can't go over 600.
$600.
And it's just one
For the whole
student?
summer?
It's one student.
Go come to all the buses?
This is a special ed
Oh, okay,
program.
got you. Okay, no problem.
If there are no other questions, we will ask Dr. Yanders to come forward. I believe the next three agenda items are hers. I'm sorry, there's a question. Thank you, trustee Taylor.
I'm sorry. When is Ms. Poe's retirement effective?
June 30th.
Okay.
Are they adding this?
No, you have,
We're just going over it.
you should have 3 papers.
And that program will end by then.
Okay. That was it, sorry.
Summer school.
Okay, I know each
That's
one have
something.
2, right? Right. So you're missing one, but I'll check it out to see which one you're missing.
Is this gonna be on the agenda?
Yeah, it's right here, 5.02. It's on the agenda for Tammy.
Oh, okay.
This is what this is.
Okay, thank you. We didn't think of that.
Because you guys are,
We got it, we got it.
yeah. Right.
We just
it's right
didn't
here,
recognize the
5.02.
title.
The next item is 5.03, the approval of a MOU with Purdue University Northwest, empowering the next generation in clean energy and smart grids. It's a very long program title.
Yes.
Dr. Yanders.
So this program is sponsored by PNW, which is they have a sub-grant with NIPSCO. And this will give our students an opportunity to look at clean energy alternatives by going to Purdue Northwest, going to their labs. One of the teachers at Central High School will be taking the lead on this. They'll be doing many field trips. Some of them will be to, like, for example, the St. Joseph Solar Farm on June 9th. It's a great opportunity to get students interested in the STEM fields, especially engineering and energy.
Yeah, so is this the one that was the 1-week program or something? Is this,
No, that's the different one, where Purdue is going, that one is, I'm drawing a blank.
The
That one was
Dream to
last week.
Degree program.
There you go, Dream
is
to
a
Degree.
one-week program.
this is, okay, so which one is this?
This one is a long, empowering the next generation in clean energy.
Uh-huh.
We
But when
gonna-
does this
yeah.
start?
It's called NIPSCO's Bridging Our Energy Grant, so it's under that grant.
When does it start?
June 2nd, they start to do some of the field work and the classroom work, and then they take their first field trip on June 9th to Solar Farm, St. Joseph Solar Farm.
And we would have to be the ones to select the teacher to kind of,
So the teacher has already been selected.
Okay.
Is the POTW teacher that we have, the engineering teacher that we have already. Yeah, he's the one that sought out the grant. So,
Okay.
yes.
Oh, that teacher did, okay. And so the students,
He has selected his students.
pardon?
Yes, he has, yes, ma'am, he has selected his students, the ones that are currently in his engineering classes.
Are these high school students?
Yes,
Okay. Okay.
that's at no cost to the school district.
no
this
cost.
is
To
free.
us, this is free, free, free.
All grant funded.
Yes.
A free 99, like Dr.
And
Gordon
you
said.
said, how many students did you give me a count on the students?
I don't think it's more than 10.
10 students?
Yeah, I don't think there's more than 10.
Okay. 10 students, okay. This is good. Okay.
Other questions regarding 5.03?
And you said, you said from June the 2nd to July what?
I think,
June 2nd to June the 9th, didn't you say?
no, that's their first field trip. This is gonna take place over the whole summer, 6 to 8 weeks
So that's June the 2nd to July the,
to July. Mm-hmm.
oh, through August?
Yep.
She said.
I know it's 6 to 8 weeks, so that will be about 8 weeks. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. 10 students. Okay.
She said June. Never mind.
Yeah, this was the one who submitted on there.
Let's move to item 5.04, the approval of a MOU with Think Big Entertainment for our drumline enrichment program.
You want to talk about that?
So this program right here, as you all know, as Mr. Grayling has stated, we want our students to be active after the games, during different ceremonies and things of that nature. This individual will come in and teach our students how to play drum. We don't currently have a drum line, and we've been trying to get a drum line for the past couple of years. So this individual is going to come in during the summer programming from 10 to 12, Monday through Thursday, at Block Junior High School, and provide those drum lessons to students in grades in the rising 7th to rising 12th graders,
And what time? I'm sorry, what time did you say?
10 to 12,
10 o'clock?
10 a.m.
Okay, but you said Monday through what now?
Thursday
Through Thursday, and it's gonna be from 10,
to 12. Yes, ma'am.
12, okay.
May I ask how they're get to transportation? Is that a parent's responsibility or what?
Yes, ma'am. Working that out with Miss Susie.
But bus transportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Will take them too?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, well,
Oh, and they're gonna be with the community and partners too then, huh? Ability.
they're gonna be with the community and partners?
Partners, they're gonna have, that new service.
You mentioned this individual, but on page 3, it says 3A, continuing from page 2 to page 3, it says number of hours worked by community partners personnel.
So that's that individual. They've already, well, they should be, I asked Dr. McJunkin, make sure that if it's him and or a partner, that everyone goes through their community partner, that they go through our background check.
Yes,
Mhm.
we do 2 background checks. And,
Thank you. While we're at it, Attorney Harris, on middle page 3, number 4, it says, shall be effective June 1, 2025 through June 30th, 2026.
So the idea, sir, is if this is a successful program for the summer, that we would continue this program after school in the fall when school starts back up. We just want to get the momentum going in the summer program. And if it's successful, we'll start it and keep it going in the fall. We hope that our kids will be able to perform during the parade, the Mexican Independence Parade, as well as the football games and other activities.
Are the instruments provided by us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Any uniforms involved?
Not
You
at
know?
this time.
Okay.
Just only the instruments, huh? Okay. So all of this activity, all of this activity would take place at Block School?
Yes, ma'am.
So the formatting on this is a little off.
Mhm.
So we may need to adjust it a little bit to get you a cleaner version.
Okay. Well, I gave it to Mr. Snow, so,
Yeah, I mean,
That's-
it looks like some kind of way something's off.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
Okay.
So I'll work on it. And
Okay.
try to get it cleaned back up to you. I don't know how it happened, but.
Okay.
It looks like there's almost 2 first pages, and so it just makes it off.
okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and additionally, it highlights community partner instead of identifying the actual group. And I'm sorry, did you find,
So each of anybody that comes into our school district as a new hire, and/or a volunteer must go through 2 background checks. One is through Safe Hiring, which is a national database. And the other one that is required that we've just implemented recently is called Kids Track. And that's to check and see if there's been any improprieties with children.
There you go.
Can I have a question? So this particular memorandum, it's just one individual teaching the,
So far, yes.
okay, so usually, I don't know, maybe Attorney Harris can help me out on this. Would we want to see the individual's name with community partners, like
That's what I
like
asked.
Jill Harris as, and,
If you know it's gonna be the same person throughout, then there would be no problem with doing that. If they may switch out who they're gonna use to do that, then they probably wouldn't be in a position to do it. I don't know if we know that or not, but
Not at this point.
Yeah.
It's just one person at
I
this
think
point.
that's the only reason the person's not designated, because they probably
Right.
don't know.
if he's going
The
to.
LLC.
Okay.
We're making an agreement with the LLC.
So, go ahead, President. So right now, it's going to be the individual whose
Gone through the,
name is on the MOU, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And nobody else.
Because I was just.
Nobody else at this point, no, ma'am.
And it's going to run all the way through 26.
Yes, ma'am.
So.
As
now,
I stated before, so the summer part,
start in the summer, and then carry over to what, the fall?
yes, if we're successful with it,
fall.
yes.
And, the cost in here is for this whole, is that 15? Is it the whole cost for?
Shall not exceed
No,
15,000.
Not to exceed, not to exceed.
right.
I guess the question I have is.
Because it might be 500, it might be,
Yeah, that turns
1,000.
up to like 300 hours. As just curiosity, this is going to be done during the summer or during summer school?
during summer school. So summer school takes place from 8 to 12:30. I'm working with Miss Susie to bring those students in at 10 o'clock. And they will come in at 10 o'clock and work 10 to 12. That way they'll be able to get the lunch, the meals.
Do we have a number of students already that's going to participate in this?
So at this time, we have about 30 students who are interested in the drum line.
30 students, okay.
And we're waiting to hear back from the parents. Yes, ma'am.
Just another question here. So what is this group's background?
They have musical background, entertainment background, DJ, podcasts.
Can you
This
provide that
person,
to us?
pardon?
Can you provide background on the entity?
Would you like for them to provide what?
I'd like to know what their abilities are to do. Have they done an activity like this?
Yes, they've
before?
done it at a school that they worked in, previously worked in.
Okay, so if we could have that information. And I guess my other question would be, why wouldn't we have Mr. Murphy do this?
That's a good question.
So let's investigate that, if you don't mind, Dr. Bournet.
Well, we've asked Mr. Murphy to do this before, and he's not available in the summertime. That's what he's told us.
So Mr. Murphy, who is our music teacher and has the ECA, is not available to do the quality of
Drumline.
drumline experience that I want for our students.
So, this person, I do know have experience with young children, you know, has a lot of programs with the community.
There it is.
Does he have a 501c3? I mean, is he a corporation or
He's an LLC.
LLC?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Now, my last question. Okay, so,
Go ahead, trustee Rodriguez.
so I don't see any individual's name on here, but I do see the name Think Big Entertainment.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, and they want to be called here and after community partners, which is okay. But if we're giving this kind of money out, we still need to know if they're registered with the state, Secretary of State. So I just did a search, I couldn't find them.
Okay.
So we just need to find out what.
They also submitted a W-9. I don't know if that'll work.
Yeah.
With the
it could-
EIN
It could
number on
work,
it.
yeah, if they have an ID.
With the EIN number?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yes, sir.
Because that means they're probably nonprofit.
Mhm.
And they may be registered in a different state. So that could be a reason. I can't find them. So yeah, that would work.
Okay.
And that's what you did your background on, the EIN number?
No, the individual, the owner, on the individual, the owner of the company.
Okay.
So say for instance, if they send somebody else in their place, that person would have to go.
Go through a background check. Mm-hmm.
So if there's two people at the same time, we're essentially going to be paying $100 per hour.
Yes.
I don't know, just doesn't, I'm trying to figure out how this is going to work long-term when Mr. Murphy returns to school. And
Mr. Murphy does band. He is not, as he's explained to us, he's not well, I don't want to say well-versed because that means speaking. Well, he doesn't do the drum line. He's not, that's not his forte, so to speak. His skill set. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. That's not his skill set. His skill set is band and orchestra, and not so much the drum line, like a complete drum line. Like he may have a drummer in his band, but as far as the drum line that we see take place in the parades, that take place on our college campuses, he's not well skilled with that. That's what he has explained to us. It's great that we're going to start to have more music at our games. I look forward to that. But we've been waiting for this, I know since I've been here, it'll be a year and a half, so we just got to get this ball rolling. Our students have shown interest in it, so we just got to give kids what they want.
I don't disagree. I'm just looking at it from an accountability, and that's not even the right word, but it's like we've got two music programs running side by side. And to me, it seems like schools I've seen, there's one music director and
Absolutely.
he or she handles the
Absolutely.
entire group.
Yep.
So this person is a contractor, won't be a music director or delivering music instruction during the school day. This is an after-school program, and the student performances will be after school as well.
If you look at it, you can look at it like our top 20 that do the dance. You can look at it like that, from that perspective.
I understand that, but we only have one dance. We don't have another dance group. There's nothing, we don't have a dance group within the high school.
And our,
Right.
yeah, and our top 20 is not just for 30
That's what
days.
she just said.
So who would be monitoring this band after the 30 days?
We will, I will,
Okay.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So just
And you
wanna-
all could come in, come on in and see how the kids are doing.
It's a possibility. There's
Oh.
a possibility that
Or they can come to one of your board meetings and
Mr.
show off their
Murphy's kids
talents.
will also be part of the drum line.
Yes, if they're interested, yes,
Because drum
ma'am.
line is just that, just drums, whereas Mr. Murphy's class, you have all instruments.
All
So
instruments.
they're playing jazz, they're playing, band and orchestra, I mean, just different type of genres, but drum line is just strictly a drum line.
Yep, yes, ma'am.
Well, okay, because like on page 2, it says, community partner will provide dance training for up to 2 hours after school. So, I mean, is that going to conflict with top 20, or is this supposed to be with the drum line, or?
So I'm sorry, so the idea, trustee, is for him to work with top 20? Do you ever seen like the HBCUs, the
Yeah,
major
I
rest
know
with the
what
drum
the
line?
HBCU, yeah, I know what that drum line.
We're
I know.
trying to get that flavor going, right there.
I know what that is, but I just wanted to make sure that, now they don't have no dances in with the drum line.
No,
No,
but
they
he's
don't.
gonna be working hopefully with top 20.
So they're gonna be dancing while they drum lining.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, so
We
we
hope-
changing the drum line format, right?
No, they gonna still be playing their drums, and then hopefully the top 20 be doing the dance, and hopefully we can get them together, and they're working together. Like you know you've been to the HBCUs.
I know
and they
that, but
get
I just
down.
never saw them
They
dance.
be on those
Okay.
drums, and those major rests be dancing.
Yeah, I know, okay. I'm not even gonna just go further with you, Miss Yanders, with this drum line.
And on that.
And then when he makes the changes to the contract, if we want to just keep it as strictly drum line, Attorney Harris, when you guys make the changes, just make sure it's just all drum line and no dancing. Then that way there won't be any.
Right, or
Yes.
either he have to partner with Deborah. I
Okay.
mean, with the top 20s, but that needs to be very specific, because I don't need any, well, I'll say we don't need any conflict between the dance and the drum line.
I get it.
And that, on section B there, to follow trustee Smith's comment, it says will provide introductory training to play the drums and/or other performing art expressions. C says will make mentoring available to students involved in the activity. So this is clearly not just drum here.
So as a coach, you mentor your students. As
We're
the
going to
drum
be
line,
charged for that, though.
as the drum line sponsor, he's also going to provide mentorship. I'm sure if there's students who's going to make bad choices or poor choices, the individual will also provide that mentorship and helping them make the right decisions. So that all encompasses that.
I get that part, the mentoring, because anything that you're doing with children.
We have to mentor
you
them
have
as
to
well.
be a mentor
That
to
goes
them. I
hand
get
in
that
hand.
part. I just didn't get the dance part.
Mhm.
And maybe I'm viewing mentoring in a different light. And I was a coach, and nobody had to tell me to mentor kids. It's kind of understood. But this sounds like it's mentoring as in, oh, you're having problems in math, or you're having problems at home. I'm reading mentoring here very broadly.
Okay.
And I'm also looking at B that says and/or other performing art expressions. You're,
So I made a note here that we need to limit the scope to just drumline, and specifically exclude dancing or any other performing arts expression or
Thank you.
general mentoring.
Right. And just leave it at
Can I
that.
say this?
Go ahead, trustee Rodriguez.
Well, a drum line, there is some movements and some coordination, teamwork,
If you're good at it.
if you're good at it. But I wouldn't exclude the
Movement, but
dancing
there's-
part.
with the
There is
drum
some
line, there's
choreograph
no
There's
involved.
some really,
I'm
some
asking,
serious
has anyone ever seen a
choreographed-
drum
yeah.
line?
I have
I've
seen
watched
a
the
drum
movies.
line.
Dance when they
I
doing the
watched the
drum
movie The
line.
Drum Line,
They
so,
dance.
yeah.
I have seen a drum line. I
I've
go
seen
to
it,
Black
yeah.
Expo
I know
every
you
year
do.
and see
I
the
know
drum
you do.
line.
I know you do.
And I know Tennessee State had.
Yeah.
I know
Bam.
you do.
I tell you what,
Yes,
trustees,
very
we'll all
good.
watch the movie
They dance
tonight.
when they play the drums.
Have a
Okay, well,
movie
you know
night.
what? Maybe because I'm older now, I don't see the dancers, but I remember when I was in college, it was drumline was drumline, you know. And the
No, they get down
majorettes
now.
or whoever the pom-pom girls was or whatever, they just did their little thing, but they were not a part of the drumline. The drumline was a separate entity. Am I right, Jewel?
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Or do you know what the drumline is?
But they dance when they're drumming too. They dance. They do.
Attorney Harris,
But
don't
they're
exclude the
drum-
dancing, because there's
Okay,
part
we're not
of
gonna
that.
argue about the drum line. We're not gonna keep talking about the drum line. I know what the drum line
I think
is.
the whole concern though is to not conflict with another.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make sure the language speaks. to
That's all I'm saying.
I get
I have no problem with the drum line. I just don't wanna,
You don't want no problem.
I can't deal with that. I can't, no. No, we're gonna keep it separate like that.
Okay.
And let the dancers dance and let the artists draw, whatever we gotta do, but no.
Okay. Okay.
Dr. Anders, thank you for you're going to be overseeing the program too, so,
Yes,
so thank you
yes.
for overseeing that.
Yes.
But I'm excited, because now that I know what the
too.
movie,
Just
yeah.
remembered the movie.
I
Yeah.
am too, yeah.
And there was no dancing.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
that was probably one of the best movies. You got to
What's
see
his
it with
name?
these
Nick,
students.
Nick Cannon, but it was
Nick
no dancing.
Cannon.
There you go.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it was the band, it was just
The drums.
the drums
was
that
the-
actually hyped up the crowd. They didn't
Yes.
care
it
about the
was a
game, they just
drum
wanted to
line.
get
It
hyped.
was no dancing.
And even today, when you go to HBCU games, it's all about the halftime show in the drum line in the majorettes.
And
That's,
the
that's
drum,
Queen of Circle City right
I
there.
go to Circuit City
That's-
Classics every year,
That's Queen of Circle
and
City
I already
right there.
know, but I have not seen any dancers. Did I see what?
She didn't do Coachella. Yeah. With
I don't
Beyonce.
even like Beyonce, but
No, she-
okay.
she said-
But I watch it, because you know what? My time, my age group, a drum line was a drum line. That was the center of attention. The dancers were the center of attention, and we're mixing all this together. So, Ms. Attorney Harris, just drum line, so we won't have any conflict with any other programs, if you all don't mind.
Thank you, ma'am.
If there aren't any other questions regarding 5.0, if we could move on to 5.0.
30 minutes on the drum line. My mama at home, hungry like a mug.
Dr. Yanders, the approval of the MOU with Rising Stars.
Okay. So this MOU with Rising Stars, this is an entity of Latinos Count. And what they're also doing, they're providing mentoring as well as coaching and support for college exploration, college and career exploration.
This is also no cost to the,
No, free.
And this is the
Like
one
Dr.
that,
Bernay say, free 99. Free 99.
This is the one too, with the, I see 50 students.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, now, I think I was talking to you about this.
This one, how long is this program here?
This is for the whole school year.
Whole school year?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's for May 20th, 2025, but they didn't start yet. They're not going to start till this summer, until June 30th, 2026.
So, is this the one? Oh, okay. All right. Okay, I got you.
Questions regarding 5.05?
Okay, let me go feed my mom.
This one's free, right?
And it's free.
Yeah, and so now, oh yeah, is this the one that now, how are the students gonna know about this? This was my question, how they gonna know about this?
Dr. Yanders.
How they-
I didn't hear your
how-
question.
How are the students gonna know about this program, the students?
Oh, this would be advertised and promoted by the school counselors.
I would like for this to get really, implemented, that these students know about this, everything about it, transportation.
Yep.
Everything, because I think this is good
Thank you.
for the
Yes, it's
students,
very
you know,
important.
and then I was asking Dr. Burnett if I could get some flyers myself. I'd pass them out, put them in the libraries, different places where we could put in our community, our churches,
Absolutely.
some information about this.
Would that be
Okay.
shared at Perrin University as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah. And the counselor's gonna get the students.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This is good. Oh, I mean, my question was, this would not pertain to those that's graduating with it?
No.
That'd be in school still?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So there'll be a group of 25 freshmen and sophomores, and they'll
25
focus on another
juniors.
group of juniors and seniors.
Oh, it's gonna be split up. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's even
You
better.
said 25, boy?
So it's 50
Freshmen.
altogether.
50, but they're gonna be split up in the seniors, I mean, freshmen, you saying?
Freshman, sophomore, and then junior,
Sophomore.
senior.
Okay.
What if there's more than 50 people?
Well,
Up to 50
that's up
students, then
to
we have
this,
to-
that's up to the agent, the Latinos Count organization. Yep.
So this will be targeted by CTE thing. I mean, it has something.
Well,
No,
no,
it has
this ain't
nothing to
got
do with the
nothing to do
CTE.
with our
But it
This is
has
just-
college,
This is college.
college.
It's more
you know,
college.
it can- Mentoring group, it can help them, the college and career. College admission, registration, support, transportation, and meal. Y'all always pushing college. What are we doing about grades?
Are there any other questions from the board regarding Rising Stars MOU?
And what's the question?
We need more stuff about trades.
Okay.
No more questions?
No more questions. Thank you, Dr. Yanders. We'll now have item 5.06, which is the approval of the contract renewal agreement for meal services. Ms. Simmons is available if the board has any questions.
Can you vote for this?
now, this is our food service, right?
Correct.
This is the food service
And-
company.
And, it's my understanding, we were not gonna renew these people, right?
We were not going to
This
renew
ain't got nothing
them.
to do with our food services,
This is
Yeah.
food services.
that we had a contract with, right? For how long?
5.
Is
We
it only
renew
fit-
every year.
Pardon?
We renew every year. So by the state
Oh, you
statute.
renew every year?
Yeah, by the state statute, they have 5 years to renew. On the fifth year, we can elect to go out for a new vendor.
Oh, I thought that's what we was gonna do. I heard
We-
something about it.
No, we're not on the 5th year.
Not yet.
Oh. Okay.
So in this contract renewal, they're providing summer meals program?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. That's the state regulations.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I was under the impression that they was gonna be, already got it. Why was I thinking that?
I believe we talked about exploring other food vendors in response to student feedback around whether or not they like the food in the lunchroom. But we are, right now, can't explore that option because we still have this
Yeah.
contract.
And this is what, this is their third year or what? This is their third year?
No, actually, this is their 4th year.
Yeah, the fourth
Right,
year.
I was gonna say
Okay,
this
because
their
I wasn't on the board. I remember getting these people.
Yeah.
This Joel's
Yeah,
people.
I think,
Is that
yeah,
your people?
yeah, this is their 4th year.
No, this is
No.
nothing I supported. Are you asking whether I supported this?
I think, Ms. Patty,
This
didn't I
wasn't
have
mine.
you in my,
I was in the meeting, yes, because what our suggestion was, since all our.
yes, you
All our,
did.
that's right, all our schools had the kitchens, and we only had a small number of kids, so that was our suggestion, not to get
Yeah.
nobody.
I remember that. I remember you.
But I wasn't on the board, then I was part of the,
That's, I had you in part of the
Yes.
conversation. Yes, I did.
But nobody wants to cook anymore.
yeah, these people will cook. The kids want them to cook.
All our cooking is by the state regulations that they do, so.
Okay, all right.
Other questions regarding item 5.06? Our next item is 5.07, which is the approval of the non-certified employee agreements for the 2024-2025 school year. Ms. Simmons is available if there are questions from the board.
Yes,
This is the 3% people, right? And $1,000.
but now,
So on the May 13th board meeting, the School Board of Trustees approved the 3% raise for all non-certified employees. And so these agreements reflect that 3% raise.
so they gonna be gone, right?
Yes, but you still have to.
Or they gonna still get this retroactive back? Oh, okay, so this is where I was asking, why do they all not get paid the same amount of money? That's what it was.
What was
Those staff members were on different pay scales. As you know, we have an issue with having consistent salaries and pay scales and schedules. So I think some of those things will be resolved when the board adopts the proposed administrative salary schedule. So it sort of provides a unifying, so that salaries right now are all over the place. So yes, some of them are at different
So
payments.
some of these people, even if they not gonna be, like, he's gonna be gone, then that's just for last year,
This, correct, this is for this school year.
school year, okay, I got you.
Okay.
So she gone too, right?
No.
She not gone?
If there are no questions regarding item 5.07, we will move to item 5.08, which is the approval of the certified staff cost of living increase. Once again, Ms. Simmons is available for questions from the board.
I'm perfectly ready.
There probably aren't as many questions. This was the item that was on the previous board agenda from May 13th, and it is back. Okay. Now we will move to item 5.09. Approval of amendments to the collective bargaining agreement for transportation unit, January 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2025 revision. Ms. Simmons is available if the board has any questions.
Dr. Borney, this is the one that was explained to us at our previous, board meeting?
That is correct. Ms. Simmons, if you can probably highlight changes or the reason why it's come back on the board agenda.
So, and I do believe, Attorney Harris, I think it's section 7, I do believe. There was some hourly wages incorrectly listed there. So your appendix that you have in that contract there, which is the last page, it has to correct wages.
Article 7?
I think it was Article 7. Am I incorrect, Attorney? I'm looking at your screen.
Yeah, 7, is regarding, oops, sorry.
I might be in the wrong article.
Section 3?
Is it section 3?
It's on page 9, Article 7.
Article 7 is the routes.
Yeah.
It's the routes.
Right.
It's the first one is the additional. I have to see it.
Wages and benefits?
Yeah, 6.
Mm-hmm.
Article 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were just listed as a different amount.
Mm-hmm.
So I added the dollar in on each line that was increased. No, I did not. I have to abide by what I tell them, that I am increasing it by a certain amount. And I stand by my word.
Isn't gone?
If the board doesn't have any other questions regarding 5.09, we will move to 5.10.
I do have one question.
Yes.
Page 9 is section 5. It says bus drivers and aides will work on all e-learning and professional development days.
That is correct.
What do they do on those days?
They come in for training.
Oh, what article, I mean, what section? was
Page
this?
9,
I'm on 9, but what section?
section 5, excuse me.
Oh,
Section
e-learning
5 at the
professional?
top.
Okay, so you said, oh, they come in for this?
They come in for training, yes,
They get paid for this, right?
they correct.
And how long are they paid for?
How many hours that they are there. So if training is only 3 hours, they get paid for the 3 hours. This was a carryover from the last contract that we approved last year to pay them for those days.
So I see here. So all of the bus peoples are wash the buses at $20 an hour? Every last one of them got a bus?
So that there is an optional, all the bus drivers do not do it. We have, there's a mandatory of 5 being there before Susie was assigned. But no, all of them don't come in.
Oh, okay. But that's extra.
Yeah, that's extra.
This don't have nothing to do with the little person that Tammy Poe had gonna wash all the buses, is
No, no, no. No, no.
Because I know you was asking me that question.
know.
I said, I don't know if they gonna wash all
No,
the buses.
no. He'll just take care of the inside.
Huh?
He would just take care of the inside of the buses.
We didn't know.
That's called labor
Say,
laws.
Y'all ain't paying him number $600, it's like y'all done showed him so much. Okay. Okay, Dr. Loday, you just having fun now.
If there are no other questions for 5.09, 5.10 is approved a contract for labor attorney.
Joe?
Yeah, I don't see that in board docs, it's not there.
Nope.
Do you not have it?
I don't have it.
No, I have it.
Yeah, we got it, but you're supposed to make some changes.
Yeah, I did. It didn't get sent?
I didn't see it today.
Okay, I'll make sure it gets sent. The board has seen it, so.
Okay, we saw
I
it.
was like, hey, I passed it out and we discussed it. but okay.
Yeah, did you, we didn't get the one with the changes.
So the only issue with the
just
change
was-
I want to be sure of is it regarding basically like professional development?
Yeah, that,
There was some conversation when we discussed that about creating a policy for it. So I want to be clear, is that in the policy or do you want it in?
oh,
We're-
okay.
That's the only question.
We're adding it to the policy, which
Right.
I was
So
gonna
it'll be in
say.
the policy
And
then.
for that reason, I don't know that it needed to be in. the
It don't,
agreement.
if it's gonna be a
As long
policy.
as it's consistent with policy.
Right.
It's not specific to this person, you're just saying whoever.
Whoever it
serves
is.
next athlete is authorized to, so.
Okay, so we can
If
just,
that's the case, then you don't need that, and I'll just send that right now.
Yes, three of them.
okay.
No,
I just sent it to them.
Oh, so they changed the agenda.
you gotta add it.
I'm doing it right now. I just have to remote into my computer at work and make it for it.
So, 5.11, Dr. Bonet, where that's at?
Yes. And then Ms. Simmons will come to address the last item, which is 5.11.
We don't have it.
You do not have that one. So this is a placeholder. If the board recalls, we had a meeting scheduled for May 27th, and then we were going to have a special meeting for May 29th. And instead of having two meetings that week, we moved our May 27th meeting to May 29th. That 5.11 will be the winner of the bid, or whoever we select to be the bid for the 29th, which we won't know until the bid closes on the 29th.
Oh, the bid that Lily,
Yes. So
Your piece.
this here is the subcontractor's bid that will be coming in for the 29th. These will be the contractors, the plumbers, the flooring people, the petition people, to come in and to assist with the bathroom remodeling of Central. So that bid closed for all the subcontractors on the 29th.
but we'll have this, we will have this
Yes.
information
Yes, you will have it.
Absolutely.
on the, before the board meeting, right?
Yes, most definitely.
Okay.
I do believe we're opening at 11 o'clock.
Open the bid?
Yes.
That concludes all the agenda items.
Do any of the board have any questions before we close?
Madam President,
Yes, trustee Rodriguez.
I make a motion to adjourn.
And I,
I do have a question.
wait, hold on, just Gomez, trustee Gomez have. Oh, I'm sorry, and trustee Smith got something to say.
Go ahead.
See something, say something.
Oh, I just wanted to ask, are you gonna talk about this? I need that to pass out of all.
Is that for our work session?
Well, no, but I'm just
No,
saying,
it's, early bird
just
honors.
saying.
Oh, yeah, you,
I just want you to talk about that.
You want me to talk about it on Tuesday or next
Yeah, at the-
Thursday? Yes.
yeah, at the
Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
oh, you want,
Really don't, someone asked you to talk about it?
Yes, you can talk
Because
about it.
I passed out a lot of them today.
do she know about it? You wanna do it at the, you wanna do it at the, oh, okay, Miss,
She needs to explain it though, at least to us, so we don't know
Yeah.
what I'm passing out.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
yeah.
Ms. Sanders?
Dr. Yanders, are you able to speak to the Early Bird Honors Academy, which is at Block for next school year? Yes.
You stand right here.
Yeah.
It's going to be funded by our High Ability Grant, and the purpose is to get our students started early on earning high school credits. So instead of them waiting till 8th graders earn high school credits at the first, so now we're pushing it to the 7th graders. So you were at one of the graduations? Okay, and so they were selected based upon their performance on NWA, iLearn, and the students that were also, I think, the COGAT students, the students, the high ability students. So next year, we're gonna have a group of kids that come in from 7:30 to 8:15, and they're gonna start their algebra in the 7th grade.
Just tell them this, that they said to me, parents were literally grabbing.
They gotta go to ticket.
Because they were like, oh, my child could do that. And so I was like, well, you all could do, citizenship awards and all of this and all that. You definitely can do this. And parents were really like grabbing it. They were really grabbing the application, so. One parent asked me how was they picked. I said, well, evidently the child was, AB student, I mean,
They did well.
Yeah.
On their that's how they were selected. Did well on their assessments.
But other kids can also, yes, it's an incentive to make them, because you just seen them, they want to like, well, I want to do that. I'm like,
That's good.
good.
That's good. I like that excitement.
I got one quick item, so I wasn't trying to interrupt you, but I don't want anybody to adjourn.
Oh, I'm
I got
not,
one thing.
I know you, I know Hammer, I got different levels in Spanish too. Yeah, you do. I don't get my knuckles on the table. They were really excited about it.
That's good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. We wanted to wait till we got it all up and together and then say, hey, this is our program and we got this many kids come. And we got 8th graders, so the 7th grade, our current 7th graders, they're gonna be coming in the morning and they're gonna get their English 9 out the way. We couldn't do their math because they already had taken the pre-algebra, so they gotta do their algebra in the regular math class.
Well, I just was so excited.
So can we get a few more of these flyers? I think so. Let's give me this.
Now, we only have one teacher, so she's gonna, we only have one teacher for 7th grade and one teacher for 8th, because this is the beginning, hopefully, of a beautiful program.
Well, yeah, okay.
But can we hire some more teachers? Between now and school?
Yeah, I heard you,
I'm just
Yeah, for that, yes, we most definitely gonna hire as many teachers if you want to, because that's a, yes, because that's a program
But
that,
this is something that Christine does. This
no, that's my program, I'm using her money.
I know she did some high ability,
Right,
something she did in the
right.
So
Yes, that's a grant that
I'm
we get
using her
every year.
money. What money you use?
Her high ability money,
Yeah, what type of that is?
high ability grant. The grant.
Oh, yeah, I got it, okay. So, when you get a chance to take care of down there. Mr. Gomez, go ahead.
So I just wanted to make sure, the non-renewals, do we have any more non-renewals in the pipeline?
No, all the renewals should have made this personnel report.
Okay. And, just one final thing. On this rendering here, it says athletic center. Is that what's going to be on that sign? The exterior of this it says athletic center there.
Oh, that's central.
Yeah, that's a central.
Where is this at? That looks so nice. It looks like high school.
Yes, athletic center will be down here.
Okay, because I think the official title is Barado Athletic
Our whole
Center.
name will be still in the same spot. That is normally, that's the reason why we put athletic center down.
Oh, this something,
So
okay, this
the
is a new
original
design.
up here,
Yeah.
this up here
Oh,
stays.
because I get ready to say, where is this at?
It's gonna be when you.
I'm trying to figure out where this place is. So this how they gonna design it, okay, I got you, Mr. Because I'm trying to figure out, excuse me now. Okay, Mr. Harris, did you have something to say?
Yeah, I had
Yes.
something real quickly. As we're transitioning on this, the labor attorney issue, and I know that's on the agenda, I had a call with the union, 2 days ago, sometime this week, and there is a pending grievance, regarding all affected employees regarding, the grievance is lack of position bidding, and they have a current request to have a grievance hearing before the board. So you have to decide if you want to have a grievance hearing, so it gets set. It gets here.
I don't even know what that is all about.
Which, can I ask which union?
Yeah, Whitman, whichever one Whitman is.
She's over 5.
Yeah, I don't know offhand, because it's outside of what I normally do. I'm just trying to make sure nothing falls through the cracks.
Oh, yeah, right.
So,
Yeah. I can update the board this week through my end of the week update and then follow up if there's any questions.
yeah, I just want to get on your radar, because if you're going to do it, we need to get a date set, and then we can doesn't really matter when it is, as long as we notify them what date it'll be held.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, well, I'll ask this question off the record. You want me to hit my knuckles on the table? What time is it?
Turn the mic on.
No, well, we gotta adjourn the meeting.
Oh, okay.
9:13.
So, anybody would like to motion for the adjournment of the meeting?
Yeah.
Oh, Joel, okay. Oh, wait, then we can get a second. Okay,
still
oh,
on the
okay, well, the
table.
meeting is adjourned then. No.